back.
Hey, we live now, really.
Hey, we live? Yeah, we live now, really? Really? What's going on, my beautiful people? Hey, what's up? What's up? Yeah. I know. It's been too long. For my people over on Golden Gems Media, over on the Golden Gems account, I am sorry. We've been in hibernation. We've been locked up, figuratively, because YouTube put us on punishment for a little bit. But you know something? Ain't no time like the present, baby. And guess what? We back. And we back like we never left. You understand me? So yeah, I missed you. I did. And today, today, we got a lot of things to get into. Oh my goodness. When I tell you we got gems on gems in today's episode, that's literally what I'm telling you. Like, we have so much to get into, so many gems to talk about, from the Nolan Wells case. Got a whole bunch of updates for you. Oh my goodness, then you know the NFL season has started up. You know the NFL season is here, and you know it's upon us. So guess what? Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to get into over on that end too. I promise you. Today's going to be a what kind of episode? A gems packed episode. Yes, a gems packed episode. So before we go ahead and get started, y'all know, before we get started, you got to do me this one favor. You have to do me this one favor, please. Like, seriously, all jokes aside. Can you please take the time out of your busy day? Yes, literally, right now. Please do me this one favor. This is all I ask. Can you please make sure you send this to your mama, your daddy, your best friend, friend of another friend, little Johnny, little Timmy. Don't forget about little Susie too. And don't forget about little Josh, who just moved up down the street, down a corner from little Susie. He lived down a block. You know, you can get these gems over to him too. Don't be selfish. All right, come on now. You can't be keeping all these gems to yourself. You feel me? You understand me? Are you with me? Is it okay if we get into everything sports today? Is it okay if we get into everything Nolan Wells today? Is it okay if we go ahead and break it all down today? Is that okay? You understand? I missed you. Did you miss me too? Hey, we got to go ahead and get into it though. But before we get started, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that follow button, make sure you hit that bell button, and let you know whenever I'm popping out, so that way you can pop in and you can get these bell notifications sent directly to you. So yes, without further ado, y'all, we got a lot to get into. And I just want to tell you, I seriously just want to tell you this one thing. That's all. Can we have a conversation about it? Can we have a discussion? Can we really talk about it? Please, I'm asking for a friend. How you doing? Like for real, how you doing? You living your best life? How your summer going? You out here, moving and grooving, having fun, kicking it with your family, kicking it with your loved ones. What you been up to? Because I'm curious. But regardless though, I hope that you're doing well. I hope that life is good. And at the end of the day, man, it's just the beginning, man. It's just the beginning. Not only just the beginning for me, it's just the beginning for you too. You understand? So yes, we have a lot to continue to get into, and it is only the beginning. You understand? It is only the beginning. We got gems on gems. So without further ado, first video coming at you. This is a Nolan Wells update. If you haven't heard, if you've been living under a rock, or if you just been MIA and you ain't been privy to what's been going on in our society or in our country, at the end of the day, there is a story that's sweeping the nation, sweeping the news just about everywhere. And it has to do with a young man named Nolan Wells. Nolan Wells, if you haven't heard of him, he is a young man who lost his life not too long ago. He is a young man who we are seeking justice for. And to be quite honest with you, we just seeking answers. And it's a lot of people that's been on this case. You got the internet detectives out here. You got the internet lawyers out here putting in that work and putting in the groundwork for us. You understand? So, man, oh man. You got to understand. Everybody is talking about this case. Everybody is either spreading good news, good information, or spreading fake news, because there's a lot of fake information out there. And it's kind of sad that people will use fake information to try to, boost, I guess, themselves up a notch in just the internet world. But at the end of the day, the internet is the internet. The internet is fake. So don't be spreading fake news, especially about people who've been lost their lives. It's not fun. It's not cool. It's not anything that you should play about or joke about. And with that being said, it's a lot of videos that I've done over these last few weeks on Golden Gemz, media you guys just haven't seen. So over on Golden Gemz media, you guys haven't seen what I've been up to. You ain't seen everything that I've been covering. So I will be posting those videos here soon. Probably this upcoming week, I'm gonna have a lot of videos posted for y'all. I'm gonna have a lot of shorts going live over there because I've been getting into a lot, man. So yeah, it's just because I haven't been on Golden Gemz media don't mean we ain't been over here putting in the work. You understand me? So at the end of the day, guess what? I did miss you. I really did. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our first video, man. So my guys, Secret Sam. All right. I said Secret Sam. Secret Service Sam. He's been covering this case, and he actually talked to one of Nolan Wells' lawyers. So a lawyer that's working on a Nolan Wells side in this investigation and during this case, he talked to one of the Crump lawyers. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into that video first, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about everything that needs to be talked about. So just sit back, relax. Let's go ahead and get into it. It feels good to be back. It feels good to be back, baby. And hey, we ain't going nowhere. All right, so sit back, relax, grab your popcorn, grab your little snack. All right, and let's go ahead and get right into it.
One of the lead attorneys on the Carmelo Anthony trial.
That's right. That's right. And so let me just say this first. Thank you so much for keeping both Carmelo Anthony and Nolan Wells' cases front and center, because these are such important cases for us right now. The community is very concerned about both instances. I know you're speaking about Nolan Wells right now, but I will say both of these cases are not typical cases that we would take at Ben Crump Law. But one of the reasons we got involved is because the facts of each of them shock the conscience. And so there's no way that we could sit idly by while Nolan Wells' family is waiting on answers from Mississippi law enforcement. We need transparency in this case. And we have asked, Attorney Crump did have a meeting with the DA, but they are still very slow to provide any information to the family and the general public. And while, she just made a statement about, their process in Mississippi, but still you're going to have continued speculation and rumors and all of these things without them coming out with the transparency that we need so that we can get to accountability and then justice.
Amen. Well said.
Exactly. And what do you guys do as part of, as part of the Ben Crump law firm? And obviously, I love Ben Crump. I think the work he does is amazing. He's brought so much justice to people who otherwise wouldn't have gotten justice, because people don't like to talk about this. And how do you guys combat people who's right income?
Hold on. It was a lot that they got into, but he had some technical difficulties. But rest of the interview right here, and we're gonna talk about.
Are you back? Can you hear it now, Brooke?
Yes, I can hear.
Okay. Sorry for this buffering. I don't know why. The internet is wanting to act a little funny, but just sometimes on the live feeds it will do what you were saying.
Okay. Well, you were talking about how do we combat some of the
buffer.
What I will say is we typically don't get too involved in some of those issues, but I would like to educate the general public just in the sense of criminal cases versus civil cases. Criminal cases rely on the state, the federal government to bring charges. And that's what we're seeing the lag in Mississippi. This has nothing to do with anything that we can do as civil trial attorneys. We are advocating for Mississippi law enforcement to do what they need to do so that we can get justice for Nolan Wells' family. And in terms of the cases that we take at Ben Crump Law, families have to reach out to us for our assistance. And so we will, once they call us, we will vet the case, get as much information as we can to determine if they have a viable case. And then we will take it from there. We'll sign the retainer. We work on a contingent fee basis, which means if
right now, what they're saying and what's going on, they're eliminating all these questions that people are having. oh, I thought y'all only work with certain cases. I thought y'all, you only doing this for money, for profit, and all this. No. They doing this because it's too many injustices going around, and they are on the front lines, and they deal with civil cases. They deal with a lot of cases that aren't criminal. They deal with civil cases where families seek to basically get what's the word I'm looking for? Get compensated over what happened to their loved one, especially when the government is either covering it up, the government is either making excuses, other things, and et cetera, like that. But she's explaining it well. Let's continue to get into the video because it's a couple of questions and a couple of things that he asks specifically about the Nolan Wells case that I think are extremely important and things that we will talk about here shortly. So let's go ahead and get into it.
We don't recover any money, then we don't charge. So I just want people to know that, we care deeply for our clients and the issues that our clients are impacted by. So in terms of all the misinformation, we just can't let it get in the way of the work that we are called to do at Ben Crump Law.
Amen.
I love that. Yeah, that's well stated. And what is your take on some of the boys that have come out and have gone on, I call him Officer Race Batum Tatum on his podcast.
Race Batum Tatum, really?
Do you know if any of these boys already spoken to the police? Is this odd that they're going on a podcast? Is this how usually things are handled? What are your thoughts on that, if you can comment?
So essentially what he's basically saying is if you haven't been paying attention, Warren and his friend Tristan, two friends of so-called Nolan Wells, basically they've gone on podcasts with a very right-wing, I want to say, just to say the least, media member or influencer, whatever you want to call them. They've gone over there and they're actually releasing some details about the case, and they're also releasing just information to what's going on and what happened to Nolan Wells. And essentially, with them coming out early and saying and doing all these things, the big question is that they talk to authorities. What's really going on? Like, do authorities have these interviews? Have they been watching them just like we've been watching them on the internet? Because I'm looking at the Warren interview, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you. We're gonna pick that interview apart here shortly today. I promise you, because I already been picking it apart. So we're going to get into it. It's a lot that we have to discuss, a lot that we have to talk about, but let's go ahead and continue with the interview and let's hear her response.
Again, because Jackson County DA is very tight-lipped on their process, we really don't know. But what I can tell you, it's very strange because the first question I would have is, what were they doing after Nolan Wells went missing? Those are the answers that we want. We want to know why Miss Wells had to go and get his phone, Nolan's phone, from his friends. We want to know why Mr. Wells had to go retrieve the keys. Why weren't they more forthcoming initially when Nolan Wells was missing?
And if you haven't heard, it was a dispatch call too. So it's a dispatch call to Cito, essentially, that was actually done by Nolan's friends. And we're going to listen to that audio here in a bit. And we're going to really see what we hear from that audio. Because that audio in particular will tell us a lot of things, whether this case is really something that maybe early on had a lot of foul play, or if it's just a lot of white lies being told on both sides. All right. So we're going to get into it. We're going to hear all about it. And to be quite honest with you, that dispatch call, oh my goodness, that might be the thing that just broke the camel's back and broke this cover up that's happening wide open.
It's very self-serving, I think. And, as far as Officer Tatum, it's propaganda. We're not going to get into that. But what we will say is we just don't have enough information, which, again, is why there's so much speculation. And it is very odd that they're telling their story to podcasts versus, reaching out to
you guys about it.
The information that we need to get justice for Christine and Elmore Wansley on behalf of Nolan.
And what do you think about the audio that was just released? Are you guys do you have this audio? Are you guys able to get audio experts that have better software than us average Americans? Like, are you guys able to pull anything more out of this? Is that part of what you do?
Mm.
And you know what I will say is we are absolutely aware of it and we are investigating. We don't want to come out too.
Hold on. Why she say it like that? We are absolutely, she said absolutely aware of it. So the same audio that we hearing, the same audio that came out. If you haven't heard the audio, do y'all want me to play a little bit real quick before we get into the rest of the interview? I mean, why not? I mean, why not? Right? Right? I mean, because if we being honest, dog. It is boy. It's gonna be something going down. It's gonna be something going down because this audio, let me tell you, it's not pretty, at least for them. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you haven't heard it, I mean, why not? Right? I should go ahead and play it for you, right? Hold on. Actually, here, let's play a little bit more of this, and then I'll play you out the audio, a little bit of it.
Strong and, without information, but we are motivating. And you know what I will say is we are absolutely aware of it and we are investigating. We don't want to come out too strong and, without information, but we most certainly are investigating that audio.
So they're investigating the audio.
And what do you make? I saw the picture that Ben released, which appears allegedly to be Nolan on a boat with a woman sitting on his lap. Can you tell us anything behind why Ben released that picture? Does he believe that really is Nolan, or is that picture from a video that was a screenshot? Is there anything you can tell us on that?
Well, let me be clear. One of the things Attorney Crump has been doing on his social media is reposting information as it comes to him. Not necessarily saying that any of it's been verified, but it is interesting information that we would like more to investigate more. So I'm not going to say that we know for certain any of it, but what I will say is it was information that we wanted the public to tell us more about. But anything that Attorney Crump does repost.
So just going back to some of the audio that was released, if you haven't heard it, if you've been living under a rock, I'm just gonna play a little bit of it for you. We're gonna play a little bit more of the audio here in a second, but there's a lot that we're gonna get into. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a lot that we're gonna get into, but let's listen to this audio real quick.
Sorry, look.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what?
So you're breaking up.
You call her for help and you said, yeah, what? Bro, what? First of all, hold on, what? Anyway, let's continue.
If you need assistance, do you have a VHF radio?
Yeah, we do not have the VHF radio.
All right, well, let's try to get you going because you don't have good cell phone reception. Can you verify your coordinates one more time?
Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79.
Right, looks like you're on Horn Island, correct? Are you
yes,
on Horn Island?
Yes.
All right, is the boat sinking or you have it aground?
We were sinking, yes. Sorry, look.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what?
So you're breaking up. If you need...
Next.
All right, and is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How many? All right, do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right. Do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look.
If not, I can send you a text message.
North. All right, are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm available.
North 30 degrees by...
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
So now this is the beginning of the call.
Hey, we're at the west tip of...
So this is at the beginning of the call. And so the previous two audios I just played, to be quite honest, I should have just played the entire original, the one that had basically everything that, I mean, we will need to go through. But anyway, we listen to it. But this audio right here that I'm about to play, this is the one. Because you're going to hear a lot of stuff in the background, and y'all tell me what you hear.
horn and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
Oh, what did he just say? Shut the fuck up or wake the fuck up. Y'all tell me. Excuse my French.
What'd you say? Hey.
Yes.
Hey.
How far is the water coming up, sir?
Drunk.
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right. Well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir.
I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkinson. I think it's Jerry Atkinson. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't have the tag
Unless
on
you
here.
have a
It got ripped
membership
off.
number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at? Detail assistant, Vicky speaking. How can I help?
All right. So essentially, this is the phone call that people are talking about. This is the call that is kind of having the internet go crazy. Let's get back into the interview because she answers a few more important questions that I think y'all might want to hear. So without further ado, let's go ahead get right into it. Wrong video. There we go.
Post our social media team repost. It is certainly for informational purposes. We want more information of it. We want the public to continue to investigate, but nothing that he reposts is an endorsement of fact.
Okay, that's good to know. And also on the autopsy, was there a reason that you guys chose to come out before the state did? And also, I just want to say, as an optics thing, you know, just a regular American citizen, it seems very suspicious to me that they had more time than you guys did, but they still haven't released their preliminary findings. Do you have any comment on that at all?
Well, it's important for Attorney Ben Crump and Ben Crump Law to be on the side of truth, transparency, so that we can get to justice. The Jackson County DA has mentioned that they won't be releasing any of their findings until the grand jury has evaluated and determined whether or not an indictment will move forward. But we have to move. We need information. And so it was important for us to release the findings that we did have, which was limited because we were already behind the 8 ball in the terms of having to wait to do the second autopsy. So we're doing what we can to push the information forward. We don't want speculation. We want the public to be informed because we need the information too. So, you know, it was important to do that, to disclose what Dr. Mitchell found and what he couldn't find based on the fact of the missing, you know, body parts that we didn't have access to. So we're doing what we can to move this conversation forward because so much time has passed. And in fact, it's been entirely too long.
So basically what she was saying was a lot of people are mad at Benjamin Crump because he's reposting a lot of things, and he is doing that strategically because by him reposting it, maybe that might trigger somebody to call because maybe that's a picture that, oh, I remember this was in that picture that I took, or, oh, I thought this was in that video, or, oh, I really thought I actually seen what happened, or I seen that moment. So it's a strategical reason why they're reposting some of the things. And the last thing that they reposted was just a random picture of Nolan Wells' leg hanging off the boat. And it would appear to be someone else holding a woman in the background. So who knows? Who knows? But they were posting everything. And I honestly respect it because that's how you're going to get calls. That's how you're going to get people to, you know, pay attention to what's going on. And to be quite honest with you, I'm here for it. So let's continue.
Yeah, it really has. And it just, to me, you know, I saw Tate Reeves, the governor, call Ben Crump a liar when I posted a video the other day showing that Todd Terrell from the United Cajun Navy, in fact, on Nancy Grace, said that Nolan was found fully clothed and face down, and then took that back. And so, you know, I guess to me as an outsider, what I wonder is why would the governor be getting involved like this? Why would he not want justice just as much as all of us do? You know, and it's Mississippi at the end of the day. You know, we're very aware of Mississippi's history, and it just is disheartening to see the governor call out Ben Crump and call him a liar over something that People Magazine posted, Nancy Grace posted, and I even posted the exact clip where Todd Terrell says it himself that he was fully clothed and found face down. It just, what do you say to everybody who feels like this just seems like a cover up? Do you think there's any truth to that, or is it just speculation?
And here's what I can tell you. And after this question, I'll need to go to my next meeting. But I want to make this point because this is so very important. You hear all the terms race baiter and everything like that. I almost feel like that's more of a race baiting, because why would the governor not be calling for truth and transparency and accountability?
Hold on, Sam. You ain't gotta be doing a clock. All right, we ain't doing that one. But if we being honest, what she's saying is right. How's the governor of the whole goddamn state, interjecting and basically saying that Crump is race baiting? And also on top of Crump race baiting, he's also stated that originally 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago, about a week ago, he said that he wasn't aware of any foul play as well. So first you say there's no foul play, again, like the sheriff did, not even hour after fouling the body. Then the governor comes out and you pointing fingers at the victim's attorney saying that they race bait. Dog, you're the governor. You should say, as the governor of a state in a body, that, hey, at the end of the day, we want accountability and we want justice if something was done wrong. You don't add fuel to the fire. You don't say that this team or their attorney or whatever you believe, as a governor, you don't say that they race bait. You're supposed to be de-escalating. You're a government official. We pay you. We put money literally in your pockets. Anyway.
As opposed to trying to call out Attorney Ben Crump, which is, and it's rare for him to even get in the weeds, right? But he needed to make sure that with the facts that we can show, this is exactly what the Cajun Navy said. It was repeated. Now, we don't see them as experts in the field, but it was just information that we had, and we're trying to use the information that we had to get closer to the truth. And what we do know is Mississippi law enforcement came out really quick and said there was no evidence of a crime. So the real question is, who's not telling the truth? And it's definitely not Ben Crump. He is honest. He is telling the facts, and we will get to the bottom of what happened to Nolan Wells.
I love that. And just
so much because,
thank you.
This conversation going, it will help your audience and all audiences understand that we are fighting for one thing and one thing only, and that is justice, not just for Nolan Wells, but for every suspicious circumstance where someone's loved one was taken. And we need law enforcement to take all of these cases seriously. So we're not going to stop.
I agree. And just one last thing, Brooke, I know you have to leave. And on the Carmelo Anthony trial, how do you guys feel about this appeal? Do you think there's a chance that we can, get justice for Carmelo Anthony? Because obviously we know that 35-year sentence was just ridiculous, especially on the heels of Rick Chow shooting Cyrus Carmack Belton, getting completely off for self-defense.
So essentially, with the Carmelo Anthony case, we haven't went over that. We haven't gone over that. Essentially, with that case, Ben Crump and his attorneys, they have stepped in with that case, and they are potentially petitioning it to go for a retrial, basically. So that way, he ain't getting 35 years. Basically, at the end of the day, when they redo this case and when all the facts of an actual legitimate and an actual competent lawyer comes out, things will change as far as that Carmelo Anthony case, and he will get a different sentence other than 35 years. Maybe, hopefully, who knows? Maybe he can even get a self-defense out of that. Because that Carmelo Anthony situation, we didn't cover it. We will potentially talk about it as, things continue to develop. That case is still now in its early stages once again, because obviously they're asking for a retrial. They're basically saying that at the end of the day, the original sentence, it was too harsh, and etc. And then also what they started to talk about here, let me go back.
Rick Chow shooting Cyrus Carmack Belton.
Rich Chow shooting Cyrus Carmack Belton. Basically, Rich Chow in that case, he had a kid. Oh my goodness. If you haven't seen it, let me
getting completely off for self-defense, but then Carmelo, can you give us just your last thoughts on that trial?
Sure. And so one thing we know is that there are clearly two criminal justice systems in America, right? And if you believe in the Constitution, if you believe in due process under the law and equal protection under the law, we have to take this case on. And that is the reason why we did. We have to believe that there's a chance, right? We're going to follow the law. We're going to use all that we can to make sure that we can take a good look at what happens. We don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be a long road ahead, but we're willing to take that fight on because he is, you know, as my work as a former public defender, I defended so many young men. And at the bottom line, what I knew every time is I was fighting not just for them, but I was fighting against the system because the system is so unfair. And we just wanted to make sure that Carmelo Anthony had a fair shot in the criminal justice system. And that is it. And so coming up later in August, we will have the hearings on the motion to recuse and motion for new trial. So we just ask people to stay tuned. If you want more information on what's happening with Carmelo Anthony, please go to standwithcarmeloanthony.com, where we will continue to provide information on the appeals process and information on our latest filings. So we appreciate the community support. And
I wanted to show that because obviously they're not talking about the Nolan Wells case, but they're talking about the Carmelo Anthony case. I think both of them, they don't go hand in hand, but they're both involves injustices because at the end of the day, Carmelo Anthony, it was, you can say if it was self-defense, you can say if it wasn't self-defense, but I believe even the way him getting 35 years when I've seen lesser charges for worse crimes, and let me not say that. I've seen lesser charges done by other people with far worse crimes. They did far worse stuff, and they didn't get anything. So it is what it is.
Going on because there's so many. Thank you for your touch with you guys.
I thought he was going to ask her. I think he did ask her one more question, but we ain't got to wait for it. We ain't going to get into it. But I did just want to show y'all that because that is an actual attorney for the Ben Crump family. And well, not for the Ben Crump family, but for Ben Crump and his people. And what she did was awesome because she came in, she gave a little light, and she basically said, like, hey, at the end of the day, we waiting on Mississippi. Like, this is a criminal investigation. This potentially can lead to a lot of other huge things and a lot of major new developments. And yeah, they're going to eventually, you know, get some answers. But at the end of the day, we waiting on Mississippi. So basically, she said they can't really do nothing about it because at the end of the day, Mississippi, they're the ones who hold the cards. It's in the DA's hands now. So the DA is the one who holds all the cards. And I thought this next video that I want to show you, I thought this video was not funny, but interesting because Plaz, he chimed in. And Plaz, he does chime in on a lot of like public topics and things of that nature. But with him chiming in on this, I really thought it was interesting because he said he only like did maybe a little bit of research, just a little bit of research. And this is what he ended up saying with his little bit of research.
I've been following this whole Nolan Wells thing way longer and more in depth than me. I ain't took the time to dive in it, but at some point I am and give y'all my honest opinion on it. But I was just on the plane and I seen like 2 clips. I guess it just was intended for me to see it. But it was one video they showed. They were just panning, I guess, Horn Island, showing y'all the boats and the people and shit who was at Horn Island that day. Right. And I say, shit. You see all the flags and shit on all the boats. I say, shit, man, this is a motherfucking rally. This is like a motherfucking rally to me. Shit, I don't know what it looked like to y'all. I said, man, this is like a motherfucking rally. And I already know what some people gonna say. Oh, them just people who love their country and with the American flag. Listen, I love my motherfucking country too. But it's just like I tell people about that motherfucking that American flag today means something totally different to me than it motherfucking meant when I was in motherfucking elementary. When I was in elementary, they just make us stand up, put our hand over our heart and sing the motherfucking Pledge of Allegiance. What they told me that motherfucking flag stood for back then and how I feel when I see that motherfucking American flag today, it's 2 different motherfucking things. It's like when I just see the motherfucking Confederate flag hanging off the back of that motherfucking pickup truck. It told me all I needed to motherfucking know about that motherfucking pickup truck. I know that. To me, it did. And then I went a step further. I said, man, let me look at some of the goddamn, let me screenshot some of these motherfucking flags. Let me see what kind of motherfucking flags keep hanging in there. Look at this motherfucking flag right there. Shit, ain't no motherfucking way. That motherfucking skull. I don't know what that even means. That motherfucking skull head black. Ah, shit. And then the motherfucking TMZ, I see the 911.
Obviously, he's ignorant to the fact that, you know, with things involved in this case, yeah, I'm gonna let him finish, and then I'm gonna talk.
One call they put out. I listened to the motherfucking 911 call. This fucked me up. Where that motherfucker at?
Hey,
Hello, can you hear me?
yeah, what?
Yeah, what? That motherfucking lady said, "Can you hear me?" And the motherfucker, yeah, what? Shit. Well, I know what motherfucking nice sound like, and I know what motherfucking not nice sound like too. And then on the same motherfucking call, he said he's sinking, the motherfucking boat sinking. She said, "Sir, you need us to get the National Coast Guard out there." No, don't send no guard. Huh? Bitch, and you sinking? Bitch, if I'm sinking, send any guard. Bitch, send a security guard. Bitch, any guard.
He said, send a security guard. Send any guard. That was why I wanted to show y'all that, because yes, at the end of the day, this Nolan Wells case is serious, but that was funny. That was funny. And this is a funny take of someone who's just learning about the case and learning a little bit more about some of the things that we kind of looking at sideways. But he said basically that the fact that they said no to the we're gonna listen to the whole in-depth call here in a second, and we're gonna break down every little part of it. But what he's saying is true though. If they asking you, do you need the Coast Guard? Like, do you need like emergency assistance? Don't you think you would say, hell yeah, send anybody, send everybody? And I agree with that.
Motherfucking way you sinking, she asked you, do you want the motherfucking her to send the National Coast Guard? And you say, no, don't send. Man, ain't no motherfucking way. Hey, just real quick, man. I know a lot of y'all been following this whole Nolan Wells thing way longer and more in depth than me. I ain't took it.
Yeah, we've been following a little bit way more in depth than you, my guy. But anyway, let me show y'all this statement that Cito released. And then we're gonna listen to the entire audio in its entirety. And then I'm gonna break down each second of it. We're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna go from there. So, with this being said, though, I have to show y'all this because this is a must. Cito came out with a statement last week, and I know I haven't talked about this over on Golden Gemz Media, so that's why I'm talking about it now. Cito, they came out with a statement, and essentially, Cito is the company that the boys called when their boat was apparently sinking, right? So when their boat was sinking, when the vessel was going through some troubles out there on the water, essentially they called Cito. And Cito basically came out, and people was kind of getting on Cito because they was like, hold on, y'all the ones who actually told them, and y'all ain't see nothing, y'all ain't report nothing, like what's going on. Cito basically said, we don't got shit to do with nothing. We over here with it. Because Cito said this: before a sentence was rendered, the vessel owner advised that Cito was no longer needed because help had already been obtained. Cito's involvement concluded at that point. So essentially, Cito is saying that the vessel owner, whoever owned the boat, said that they didn't need no assistance no more. But Cito did the right thing by releasing this goddamn call. Because this call, when I tell you it got some shit on there, it got some shit on there. This call, I believe, will make or break this case in its entirety. If you haven't listened to the call, we're about to listen to the entire call from the boys as their boat was sinking, right? We're going to listen to an entire call, and we're going to really see what the hell happened, and we're going to get into everything that has to do with that call. Because if I'm being honest with you, if I'm really being honest, if we really have a conversation, if we're really talking about it, this call might be the call that basically either makes or breaks this case. So without further ado, let's go ahead and listen to the call that the boys had with Cito in its entirety. Because, man.
Bright Plus News, I'm Janava.
So what's going on right now is they were on hold. This is the entire call. The boys was on hold. Cito released the entire call in its entirety. What you are hearing at the beginning of this video, let me repeat that, is noise going on in the background as the boys are waiting. And you hear somebody say, oh my God, you hear somebody say this, you hear somebody say that. This is the whole call. And TMZ released this. CNN released this too last week, actually, the entire call. But this is TMZ. This is their official leak of the whole goddamn phone conversation.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you? Of course. How far is the word coming up, sir?
Breaking news coming out of Mississippi. A little over 20 days after Nolan Wells' disappearance and death, there now appears to be a major break in the case that the public is finally hearing. Yesterday, we would release an extended version of the audio call his friends would make to the Cito company when they alleged they were having issues with their boat and was sinking.
Okay,
How many adults on board?
There are 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody
right.
here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question.
Now, this version we shared, originally obtained by TMZ, would only capture when you first hear the driver of the boat speak with the operator. Now, late Saturday night, local outlet WLOX would go on to release a completely unedited version of the call provided by the Mississippi Department of Maritime Resources. And in the first few seconds appears for some that not only Wells was on the boat with his friends when they left Horn Island, that he also appeared to have passed away amongst them. At the top of the call, while hold music played, you can hear panic from an unidentified young woman who appears to say Nolan, followed by, oh my God. Now, as the driver of the boat tries to explain the situation regarding the boat itself, you would then hear a male voice in the background seemingly yell, wake up, wake the F up.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the word coming up, sir?
Now, of course, due to the conversations in the background not taking place a part of the actual call, the way some are hearing this could be challenged by those who choose not to see it that way. Now, as an attempt to better make out the background chaos, we will remove the hold music at the beginning in an edited version.
To connect you.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the word coming up, sir?
Now, to note, we as well personally can't help but to hear what many are now picking up, as well as potential's final moments, now that this version of the tow call has been released. Now, for some, as the call continued, there appeared to be other questionable moments in the background for listeners, as the boat driver, identified as Wyatt Pyron, continued to speak with the operator. Like at the end of the call, when you would hear the called Cito captain express that he got a direct call from the grandfather Pyron, who would tell him that a tow was no longer needed. This for some would be the beginning of a cover-up to minimize witnesses.
Hi, Captain Seth. This is Vicky from International. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, good. I apologize ahead of time. I really do. You're going to have a fee for service come up under Jerry.
Okay.
Jerry.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island. He's letting me know that his father's a member, but he can't give me any information. And he's saying the boat is sinking.
That's Grandpa. That's Grandpa Jerry you're talking about right there. That was not his father. That's Grandpa Jerry.
And he's on Horn Island. It's just unfortunate. He's just a kid. There's a lot going on. So
Right.
he said there's about a lot of people on board. He says he thinks about 7. I'm guessing they're all under 18.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to be rude. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in.
Do you know what kind of boat it is?
He said a Triton 24-footer, but that's all he can give me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat.
His grandpa.
And he
Jerry?
said that Jerry. Yeah, he said,
Okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, he'll call me back. So
whoa. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. You call saying that your boat is sinking, and then your grandpa call the actual captain that's supposed to be potentially coming to get y'all. He called him and basically say, nah, they good. They don't need help no more. Interesting. Why wouldn't they need help no more if they sinking?
So I'm guessing that they may have figured it out, because that's what he said. So they're in a panic and their boat won't crank.
Yeah, they're in a panic.
Since the beginning of this case, many have questioned Wells' friend's story, as many things appeared inconsistent throughout, and those online will call out the entire situation as being a cover-up of the death of another black teen in Mississippi. So what happens next? Given that this call is now officially 22 days old, we're certain the local officials and investigators have examined it by now. And given that agencies like the FBI are involved, we can also be certain that they have the resources to completely clean distorted audio with specialized forensic audio tools that can isolate speech. Now, according to reports, the FBI has perfected this ability since the 1960s as a way to improve distorted speech from wiretaps, 911 calls, and covert body wires. Now, in what we unveiled is the case, and we all have now witnessed that Nolan was back on the boat that day where he potentially lost his life. Many individuals can now face consequences, like all of his friends who were on the boat that never gave Wells' family and authorities the truth and potentially helped get rid of his body. The stepmother of Warren Hudson, Judge Ashley Cole, who would push potential false statements. The grandfather, Wyatt Pyron, who looks to have helped his grandson avoid serious consequences. The adults who supplied the teens with alcohol, causing them to potentially make terrible decisions that day. And local law enforcement for failing to aggressively move forward on making arrests when there were signs early on, like Exhibit A, picture of Nolan and his underage friends drinking. And more specifically for Sheriff John Ledbetter for expressing he didn't see any signs of foul play before an autopsy was even conducted. This recent update not only could highlight criminal bias, but also media bias because, again, this audio is over 20 days old, but for some reason, none of the major outlets played it in its entirety, which would have captured the slurred speech by Pyron, the boat's driver, thus potentially incriminating him of boating under the influence, which again is against maritime law, as well as capturing him stating that none of the occupants of the boat were over 21 years old, the legal drinking age in Mississippi.
Okay,
How many adults on board?
There are 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody here is over the age of 21.
Bro, he sounds like he's so privileged and he's so upset that she even asking him questions. Dog, she just trying to help you, bruh. We're about to listen to the whole call in its entirety. I just wanted to show y'all this video because this video breaks down key essential parts. I probably should have played this video second, but I'm gonna give you my own personal commentary as we're listening to the whole original audio. So there you have it. Let's finish though.
Sir, that was not the question.
On Thursday, Mississippi District Attorney Angel Miles McIlrath would speak out about the case and would defend the pace of the investigation as it will now be presented to a grand jury when it's complete.
I understand the public's urgency to know what happened to Nolan, but we are not taking time for time's sake. We are taking the time required to complete the work this investigation demands. Since Nolan was reported missing, local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies have worked around the clock investigating what happened to him. Every piece of evidence must be examined. Every credible lead must be followed to its conclusion. Every witness interview must be analyzed in context of all other evidence. The pressure for answers does not change what the work requires. I also understand that many people have questions about why more information has not been released publicly. In Mississippi, the rules of professional conduct restrict the information a prosecutor can release during an investigation. Our restraint in communicating facts and evidence is not an effort to keep the truth from the public. It is an effort to protect the integrity of this investigation and the grand jury proceeding. As your district attorney, I have an ethical obligation to avoid public statements that could influence witnesses.
Why is she reading this so well from a teleprompter? I don't want you speaking from the heart. I don't want you speaking from no teleprompter. You the DA. You supposed to know what you're supposed to say. But instead, you sitting here reading off a teleprompter. I don't want to hear that. You don't even look emotional. You don't even look like you seeking justice. You a good Southern belle. Just out here, just, yeah. You know, we got to put on a good face. Got to look like we're doing something. What y'all really doing behind the scenes, man? I hope y'all do some investigating, because us at the internet detectives. I was going to say us internet detectives. I ain't detected nothing. I'm out of my business. I'm just giving y'all the coverage. I'm just giving y'all what's out there. And best believe I'm not spreading fake news. We only spreading what is actual factual. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, these calls are actual factual. That Ito's statement is actual factual. You feel me? So I'm not showing y'all, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not showing y'all nothing that's not facts, not plain Jane. It's straightforward. I'm giving y'all the real and the raw. At the end of the day, I'm not giving y'all nothing that hasn't been actually said by a judge, actually said by an attorney, actually fact checked. I'm not out here spreading fake news because I really want justice for Nolan Wells. I really want to see this case resolved. But this district attorney right here, dog, you ain't got to read from a teleprompter. Let's rewind it. Let's go all the way back to the start of when she started talking, because I don't believe nothing you saying.
Mississippi District Attorney Angel Myers McIlrath would speak out about the case and would defend the pace of the investigation, as it will now be presented to a grand jury when it's complete.
I cannot do Carly today.
I can't deal with Carly either. And I don't even.
Whoa. I'm like, Carly, we talk about the district attorney. Hold on, y'all. My bad, y'all. My bad. You know, hey, YouTube ain't paying us for these ads.
Attorney Angel Myers McIlrath would speak out about the case and would defend the pace of the investigation, as it will now be presented to a grand jury when it's complete.
I understand the public's urgency to know what happened to Nolan, but we are not taking time for time's sake. We are taking the time required to complete the work this investigation demands. Since Nolan was reported missing, local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies have worked around the clock investigating what happened to him.
I hope so.
Every piece of evidence must be examined. Every credible lead must be followed to its conclusion.
Duh.
Every witness interview must be analyzed in context of all other evidence. The pressure for answers does not change what the work requires. I also understand that many people have questions about why more information has not been released publicly. In Mississippi, the rules of professional conduct restrict the information a prosecutor can release during an investigation. Our restraint in communicating facts and evidence is not an effort to keep the truth from the public. It is an effort to protect the integrity of this investigation and the grand jury proceeding. As your district attorney, I have an ethical obligation to avoid public statements that could influence witnesses, prejudice a proceeding, or compromise the fairness of the legal process.
I respectfully understand all of that, miss. But you got to understand, y'all ain't saying nothing. So we understand you want to protect the integrity of the investigation. That is number one. That is what you should do. But at the same time, dog, like, we need you to understand that we also need you to give us some breadcrumbs. We need you to also temper down everything that's going on. Release the autopsy preliminary if it's not all the way finished, just like the independent autopsy that was done was released. Release some of the early investigation findings so that way we can potentially continue to maybe settle and not rush the judgment, because y'all are really investigating and y'all really are out here doing what you need to do behind the scenes. I know, we don't live in a perfect world. I know it's not going to be like that. I know that maybe, it's fruit for thought. But at the same time, you ain't gave us nothing besides saying it ain't no suspectable of foul play. So if it ain't no suspect of foul play, and if it was just a drowning, then what y'all doing all this for? If it was just a drowning and it was no suspecting of foul play at all, what are y'all taking so long for? Why haven't you released the autopsy? I'm asking for a friend. Just asking.
My obligation extends to and requires me to use reasonable care to ensure investigating agencies avoid making those statements and releasing information as well. These rules exist to protect the search for the truth, not to prevent it. When the public asks, what about this, or have they looked at that, or did they think about this? The answer is yes. Those are the same questions investigators ask. The difference is that we can't publicly discuss the evidence, the interviews, or what those efforts have uncovered while the investigation is underway.
As far as Wells' family, they continue to ask witnesses to come forward and are expected to investigate Wells' phone with investigators assigned to the case. We are also awaiting the findings from Wells' first autopsy now that the independent autopsy deems his cause of death as undetermined. And so if this captured audio accurately depicts what many are now hearing, the pain and lack of trust that Black Americans have expressed becomes more valid. And on the birth of Emmett Till, July 25th, 85 years later, Mississippi gains another stain on the state's history.
Facts.
Reporting live from Ibis Club, Fight Plus News.
Facts. This is another stain on their history. This is another stain on them, period. And if we being honest, at the end of the day, it's unfortunate. It's sad. And, with that being said, it's things that are going on in this case that we won't have all the answers to until potentially it goes to a grand jury. But even with that being said, even with hearing from the district attorney, it's like, dog, y'all gave us nothing. You said it was no suspicion of foul play. You said that it was just potentially just a drowning. So if it was just a drowning and it's no suspecting of foul play, then why not just give us all the information that you have and let us go bye-bye if it's really that cut and dry? But it's not that cut and dry. Our suspicions are right, because if they were wrong, then y'all would have just told us, hey, here's the autopsy, it was a drowning. Just like you close a lot of other cases that involve us. Just saying. But let's listen to the whole original audio, and then I'll kind of give you a little feedback as we go.
Vicky speaking. How can I help you? Hello, sir.
Hello.
Vicky speaking.
Hold on. Let me try to turn it up. All right.
How can I help you? Hello, sir.
Hello. Okay.
How many adults on board?
There are 0 adults on board.
Vicky speaking. How can I help you? Hello, sir.
Hello. Okay.
How many adults on board?
There are 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
There's no one on board the boat?
Nobody here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
Look, she getting frustrated with him, and he getting frustrated with her. Dog, this whole conversation, if I'm being honest, is wild. How you call them for help and you get mad at her asking you questions that she needs to ask you so that way she can get you some help. You can't make this issue up. I promise you. Hey, Wyatt, Warren, Bart, all you boys. Oh, it ain't looking pretty, baby. It ain't looking pretty.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description?
So right there, did he say, wake the fuck up? Nolan, wake the fuck up. Or did he say, shut the fuck up? What did he say right there? Let's rewind it.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir?
We have a membership.
Because I thought he said, shut the fuck up.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
Hey.
Yes. How?
He said, what'd you say? Hello? Hey, bro, what? Oh my goodness. This is how you know something else is going down in the background. Something else is going down with dog, just this whole picture in general, because it's not making sense. Nothing that they talking about is making sense. I promise you, it's not making sense. It's not making sense. Because dog, it's a lot of simple answers that could have been asked. Because if we talking about it, if we really talking about it.
Speaking, how can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
What'd you say? Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
How come he couldn't answer a basic question? Let's rewind our audio that we listened to back.
Sir.
A membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
What'd you say? Hey.
Yes.
Hey.
How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
Dog, she asked you a basic question. How come you can't answer a basic
Assistant, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
a basic
Hey,
question?
we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
What'd
Hello?
you say? Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
So basically what everybody was saying and what the internet is talking about, she asked you a basic question, dog. If the bilge plump y'all just saw is not more than like 10 inches. She asked you, was it by the ankles? Because the ankles is probably how far the water can come up before it starts entering on the boat. So she's asking you simple questions that you should be able to answer. But dog can answer one. Now let's finish listening to the whole call.
All right, well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir?
I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkerson. I think it's Jerry Atkerson. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't have the tag
Unless
on
you
here.
have a membership number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
Okay, they cut that part out because obviously.
All right, and is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How
on
many?
board.
All right, do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the
He said what? He was trying to make sure he heard her right like that.
United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
No, we do not need that. Why? If you sinking, don't you think you would need any kind of help? Anybody who willing to help you out, don't you think you might want to say, hey, yeah, we do. Send everybody. Even if you got a security guard, send them too. Okay.
All right. All right, do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look.
If not, I can send you a text message.
Right now.
North. All right, are you ready?
Yes, sir, I'm available.
North 3 degrees. But
So what we're listening to right now, y'all, we're listening to the actual tow call / phone call that actually occurred and went on. We gonna get through this. I will continue to give y'all commentary, but if you just joined, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that follow button, show some love. But yes, right now we're listening to the CTO call because remember, CTO said, hey, we ain't got nothing to do with nothing. We offered our services, and then our services ultimately, they told us that they didn't need us no longer. So with them saying that, CTO said that, hey, we don't got nothing we ain't got nothing to go on with what they got going on. Nothing. She asked you, do you need the Coast Guard? He said no. Let's run that back.
If not, I can send you a text message.
North. All right, are you ready?
Yes, sir, I'm available.
North 3 degrees. But
obviously he giving a number. They giving a number to the Coast Guard.
4672
or the Marine, whatever.
All right, 4672. All right, and you were breaking up a little bit. Can you just repeat it one more time to make sure I have it correct?
Sorry, look.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what?
So you're breaking up. If you need assistance, do you have a
He said,
VHF
yeah,
radio?
what? Hold on,
Hello,
bro.
can
We
you
gotta
hear me?
rewind that back. She just say, hey, sir, can you hear me? Dog, remember, she is trying to help y'all. Remember, she is just trying to figure out what's going on. She trying to have you tell her what's going on so she can go ahead and send help to you. And you gonna answer her, what? The privilege. Ain't nothing wrong with being privileged, but bruh, dog, what?
Me?
That's right.
Sorry, look.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what?
So you're breaking up. If you need assistance, do you have a VHF radio?
Yeah, we do not have a VHF radio.
All
Yes,
right.
that's
Well,
an
let's try
attitude,
to
bro.
get you going because you don't have
You know he
good cell phone
intoxicated.
reception. Can you verify your coordinates one more time?
Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79.
If you don't recall,
Right. Looks like you're on Horn Island, correct? Are you
Yes,
on
we are
Horn
at Horn
Island?
Island. Yes.
All right. Is the boat sinking or you have it aground?
We are sinking, yes.
Is it aground? Is the
We
question?
are sinking, yes.
No, we're not aground. We are in
Okay.
17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right. Have to ask. What do you want to do? Do you want to be towed back?
Man, 31
I want to
foot
get
of
this boat unsank and towed back, yes.
All right. Where would you like it towed to, sir?
You can tow it to Ocean Springs Harbor or Fort Bayou Launch.
All right. How many adults and children on board?
No, there's no children.
So,
He
is
said
there
no,
anybody on
no
board? How
children.
many adults, sir? That was the question. Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
Hold on. Jump in to pull the plug. Who? Bart? Hey, Bart. Hold on. Hey, Bart. I ain't gonna lie to you, Bart. I thought you, boy, hold on, dog. Hold on. Hey, Bart. Hold on. Let me show you. They just said Bart name on the call, right? Let me show you this video real quick. Oh, hold on. God damn.
Fulton said that wasn't me. All right. I have to go try to prove it's Fulton. I can't do that. Whatever. Now let's look at Bart. I heard Bart's name on the fucking thing. I didn't know if he was talking about Bart Simpson. How the fuck I knew he was talking with Bart? Who was going on? Okay? I can't prove that. But if Bart's name's on the motherfucking Coast Guard report, you can't get out of that, boo-boo. That's evidence there, okay? That's good enough as having a picture of him on a fucking boat, bitch. All right? So, unlike Fulton, who really just has a picture versus a word, we have an official Coast Guard report with Bart's name in the report as a person involved. So, explain your way out of that, baby. You got to do that in court. So,
Because Bart, because if we talking about Bart, let's see what's going on with Bart. Because Bart said that he was in Wyoming at the start of this whole thing. And I'm going to show y'all proof.
Jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going. Jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going. Jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
now, first off, Bart, we going to pull the plug on your little NFL career right now if you don't come and tell us what the fuck is going on, okay? Secondly, whatever dumb hoe was fucking talking under that audio, you need to get a charge too. You done pissed me off so bad. Somebody send me the fucking audio without this host breathing and fucking saying shit on.
Hey, we're going to get back to some more of her videos, man. But Bart ultimately, if we looking at this, Bart said that he had nothing to do with it. So with Bart saying that he had nothing to do with it, it kind of muddies the water a lot. You understand that? Because, oh my goodness. Bart, thought you said you had nothing to do with it, big dog. Hold on, big dog. Hold on. Let's get back to the audio real quick. We're going to get back to Bart in 2 seconds. My bad, y'all. Regular schedule programming. Yeah, let's get to it.
Hello, sir.
Plug, Bart, while you're going. Try to jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
Jump in and pull the plug.
Hello,
Bart.
sir.
Hello.
Yep, I just need you to answer these questions so I can get you over to the captain.
Okay.
How many
what's
adults
going
on board?
There are 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody
right.
here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
Honey, we're late.
Waiting again.
Oh, come on, honey. Yeah, we're late, honey. Hold on, y'all. Give me 2 seconds because YouTube ain't paying us. We ain't showing y'all no kind of ads. We are not going for none of that. All right, but anyway, another audio coming here shortly. We gonna finish this audio up, and we gonna hit on everything that was said during the audio, and we gonna break it down even further because when I tell you this audio, this is gonna be what makes or break this case. It will.
Hello?
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
All right, verify what boat's sinking.
A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
All right. All right. Please hold. I'm transferring you to the local captain now.
Okay, thank you.
This is Captain Seth.
Hi, Captain Seth. This is Vicky from International. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, good. I apologize ahead of time. I really do. You're going to have a fee-for-service come up under Jerry.
Okay.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island. He's letting me know that his father's a member, but he can't give me any information. And he's saying the boat is sinking, and he's on Horn Island. It's just unfortunate. He's just a kid. There's a lot going on. So
Right.
he said there's about a lot of people on board. He says he thinks about 7. I'm guessing they're all under 18.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to be rude. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in.
Do you know what kind of boat it is?
He said a Triton 24-footer, but that's all he can give me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat.
Hold on. You just got off the phone with his grandpa. What you talking to his grandpa for?
And he said that Jerry. Yeah, he said,
okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, he'll call me back. So I'm guessing that they may have figured it out, because that's what he said. So they're in a panic and their boat won't crank.
Yeah, they're in a panic. He's saying the bilge is not keeping up. I asked for Coast Guard. He said no, but he's just really upset on the...
Yeah, you asked for Coast Guard and he said no. Why would he say no to the Coast Guard? And why was the other dispatcher, the captain who's supposed to be going to get them, why is he talking to the grandpa already? Interesting.
Back end, and I get it, it's a kid. He just doesn't understand.
Oh, okay. Do you still have him on the line?
Yes, I still have him on the line. And again, I couldn't find he couldn't give me anything regarding his grandfather's, membership, so it's just under Jerry fee for service.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just talked to if you want to, we're so tied up right now. We can't really do any non-member jobs right now.
Is Jerry a member? Did you find out if he was a member or not?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's his boat or what. I'm not sure what's going on with it. But yeah, transfer the kid over. I'll talk to him, and then I'll call his grandpa back as well.
All right. And did you want me to look up Jerry's membership number or anything like that to see if he's up? I know you guys are
You can
swamped.
try this cell phone number.
Okay, so we're gonna see. But why is Grandpa? What does Grandpa have to do with all this? Let's see. Oh, hold on. My bad, y'all. I do it every time, don't I?
Grandpa had to go get his ass involved. So I'm thinking behaviors. Why would the grandpa call Cito? So if I'm Wyatt and now my friend just died on my boat and I think I just gave Cito my coordinates and I think Cito's coming to fucking get me, I might have to call Grandpa and be like, hey, but I don't know what I told Grandpa. I don't know what I told. Did I tell, hey, Grandpa, my friend died on the boat? I don't know what I told Grandpa. To make Grandpa make that call. So, do we have the call from the Grandpa? Why would the Grandpa call Cito? That's really weird. And we have to look at where that boat got towed back, allegedly, to some Bruce's house. Now, I've got all these details, but I don't know what they mean yet, so I'm not posting. Okay, because if they towed the boat way over to Bruce's house, whose boat were they cleaning at 3 a.m. in front of the judge's house? I don't.
Yeah. We gonna get to the bottom of all this. Y'all just be patient. But let's finish the call, right?
Yes, sir.
Anything on this phone number?
All right. Yep. Jerry. Yeah, he's an active member. Hold on.
Come on, man.
What kind of boat do you have on there? Same boat?
Yeah, he's one. Yeah, he's one of your members. Yep, 22-foot Triton. All right. I'll just disregard this one. I'm gonna send you over an accurate one under this Jerry Ackerson one. Okay, he's one of your members. You'll get in a couple minutes. Okay.
Okay, perfect. All right. And yeah, just transfer this kid over whenever you get a chance.
Okay. So we just got through the whole phone call. Wanted to play that phone call with y'all for a reason. Now, let's go ahead and go through a few more videos so that way we can put all this together. Trust me, I'm going to wrap in a nice little bow for you.
With me for a second. Now, the young man who made that phone call to Cito, he was very intoxicated. But if you listen to the call all the way through, he had already called his grandfather.
Oh, my bad, y'all. My bad. What? What is the video? What? Hold on.
So, but you also hear them in the background say, don't get back in the pool. A pool and a body of ocean water are two different things. It doesn't take a rocket science to steer that. So there was an accident. I'm going to say accident. They panicked. They called their dad, their granddad. The granddad connected with someone who was already still out at Horn Island. Got the location. The boys wrote it down. That's why he was able to read it to him, because he was too intoxicated. And when the Cito operator asked him how many people are on board, he said like 7, but it really was 8. And the reason why he said like 7, because the 8th person was already gone. These boys are in serious trouble. Very.
Cito assistant, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
Okay.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
How come he couldn't answer a basic question, y'all? How come he couldn't answer a basic question? I'm asking for a friend. That's all. I'm asking for a friend. If it's coming up to your ankles, that's what she said. Ankles, feet, like how high is the water coming? Because the bilge pump, he's got like 10 inches, between it. She just showed you. So how far was it coming up? But he couldn't answer. My bad, y'all. So I don't know, man. It's a lot. There's a lot with this case that we gonna unravel. I promise you that. But there's still been no arrest. Why? 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 If it was no foul play, if it was just a drowning, why does a grand jury need to see this? If it was just a drowning, why haven't y'all released the I was going to say the autopsy. The autopsy. Why haven't they released the autopsy if it was just a drowning? I'm asking for a friend. Because if it was just a drowning and if it was no foul play, wouldn't y'all want to release all that information as quick as possible so this can be closed and shut? No further questions needed. Yes. If it was just cut and dry, as they said in the beginning, they would have already released all the information. They would have sent us on our way. Right or wrong. But it was foul play. Because if it was no foul play, let's really put our thinking caps on. If there was no foul play, right? If there was just an accidental drowning, why not just hurry up and release the autopsy, right? So we can shut up, and why not just say, hey, it was no foul play. We investigated this, we called this, we interviewed this person, and just close it shut. There's been a lot of cases that was just that cut and dry, already closed, cut, done. A lot of cases like that. But nah. Why not with this one? I'm asking for a friend. Just asking. Just asking. But anyway, let's move on. Let's continue to move on. Because now, if we being honest, it's some more stuff we got to get into. All right, come on, girl. What else you got for us? Number one lawyer right now.
So the boat went to Fort Bayou right after Nolan died on the boat, right? Now let me see who the fuck lives up in Fort Bayou. Oh my God, is that Bart's house?
Bart?
In Fort Bayou with a little boat launch docking area? Oh my God. I wonder if Bart was there that day. I wonder if Bart was with him. I wonder if that is the same Bart that lives in Fort Bayou. I wonder. Oh, according to Bart, he's been in Wyoming and hasn't been in Press Christian over a year. Now, how could his name? Let me see if I'm fucking retarded again. Hold on.
She'll be that.
I can't fucking see what this says. But does that say that an involved entity was Bart Edmondson Jr.? I'm so confused as to how he could be in Wyoming and Mississippi at the same time. Bart, to the front of the fucking room now, bitch.
Because if the reason why I'm showing y'all that, and the reason why is because she kind of piecing this case together like it ain't no other. Because if we really being honest, this next video I'm gonna show you a little bit more why. Let's get into it.
So now we're assuming this is a planted story to send us on a red herring. So the most important thing in this story now is actually who's not mentioned. Okay? Because whoever is trying to send us somewhere, their name's not going to be in here. So who's not in here? Jax and Bart. Okay? So let me tell you, whoever wrote this knows those people very well. They are in that friends group because they were trying to pin it on them fucking Mossies. Okay? Because this story came out before the fucking photo came out. So this was a plant, which means the people who are really responsible, their name ain't going to be in the story. Your name ain't going to be in the story. Look at the people whose names are not in the story. Okay, so now we're assuming this is a...
And this story right here. So, bro, no, didn't get into a fight on an island. It was at our friend Wyatt house. So, with that being said, she's alleging that was a fake story that went so much in detail and was so much about a pool party or some other stuff that went on, and it was like one of the first real factual stories that we could check out. Why did she say that so fast? Why did she? Why didn't they mention Bart? Interesting. Now let's see her continue to piece it together.
We about to get that anesthesiology money, baby. Oh, look, another pain management doctor, just like Warren's dad. Can I get some anesthesia?
All right, my bad, y'all. But she's basically now saying, dog, all these parents are lawyers, doctors, and it's something beneath the surface that's going on with this case. And we're going to get to the bottom of it. Next video.
Obviously, we need y'all to run us Bart's GPS ASAP. Subpoena that right now. Doof. And we already knew y'all had 3 boats. The problem is we didn't know who the boat owners were, and now we know who they are. Now we know, because you know why? Loose lips sink ships. I know y'all don't think y'all can learn nothing from OGs because they black and y'all don't want to listen to them. They can teach y'all some shit too. Loose lips sink ships, motherfuckers. Tell y'all kids not to go on no podcast. Trying to get famous and shit off their friends' death and cover-up. Goofies, bro. We just racking up the charts. We just started. We just racking them up. Ain't gonna be no time for deals pretty soon, y'all. Y'all better start flipping fucking burgers. And obviously,
she's basically saying, essentially, somebody better come forward because the internet detectives, they own it. Next video. Oh, I'm lying.
Byron's 22 Triton. On the way out, I went with my. Nolan was on Wyatt Pyron's 22 Triton. On the way out, I went with my. Nolan was on Wyatt Pyron's 22 Triton.
Interesting.
Some speculation like this is.
So Nolan was on Wyatt's 22 Triton. Wyatt's 22 Triton was the same boat that had to call Cito. How come Nolan wouldn't come back with y'all if he rolled out with y'all? How come Katie said she saw Nolan take off with y'all? Who's telling the truth and who's lying? That's the real question of them all. That is the real mystery of all of this. Who's lying and who's telling the truth? The girl says she left with y'all. The boy says he stayed with her. We get this call where some people are hearing Nolan's name, some people are hearing other people's name. Like it's definitely a backwards call for sure. Definitely a backwards call, but that's the thing. Who knows? How can we get to the bottom of this? Well, if I'm being honest, if I'm really being honest, if we really get into the bottom of it, well, Secret Sam, what you got for us today, my guy? Hold on, my bad, y'all. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Secret Sam, what do you think about this emergency call? Talk to me.
Secret Service Sam here with a Nolan Xavier Wells update, and this is insane. You have to hear this audio in the beginning where they're calling for the emergency for their bilge pump and they're taking on water. I swear you can hear her say, "Oh my God, is he dead?" and yells Nolan. Listen to the audio.
To connect you.
Cito Assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, where's the...
All right, of course. How far is the word coming up, sir?
First of all, the guy making the call sounds definitely drunk. And I don't know, are we reaching here? But I think there is more in this call in the background. This is as much as the audio has been able to be sweetened, but there has to be some audio people out there with some good software that can really bring out this audio for us, because I think he was on that boat, and I think this whole emergency call was just to cover because, as you know, Cito said they were called out, but then they canceled it. The Coast Guard didn't come out until the next day, but then the Coast Guard says, oh, yeah, no, we came to look the day before. Everybody is covering, allegedly, for these kids. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stories that's saying this, a lot of people saying that, a lot of people saying this. It's too, the milk ain't clean, baby. The milk ain't clean. I'm not going to lie to y'all. It's too many stories. There's too many people saying this over here. Too many people saying that. The thing is, though, we gonna get to the truth. We will. We will in due time. Because Warren, that interview, yeah, we haven't went over it here on Go to Gemz, but I'm gonna release that video tomorrow for y'all. But Warren, yeah, you're gonna have to come into the front of the congregation, baby. Because yeah. What you were saying, it ain't adding up. It's not making sense. And best believe, guess what? We gonna figure out all the lies that you told within that video. But you also maybe didn't tell no lies. You might just lead us to the clue that might break this whole case open.
Secret Service Sam here with a Nolan Xavier Wells update. Trace and Shepard went on Officer Race Tatum's podcast. And first of all, why do they think that's the right platform to go on a race baiting racist podcast? Let's check this out.
The media activists are coming out and alluding to the fact that you may have something to do with what happened to Nolan on that day.
It hurts is an understatement. I beat myself up every night I lay down because in my head, if I wasn't drinking, if I didn't get into that altercation, maybe I would be able to do something.
There is something to me totally off at his body language. If you look, his arms are crossed. Now, if you talk to a body language expert, this means you're protecting yourself. Again, I see no emotion when talking about your best friend. And if your best friend's mom doesn't even know you.
So his mom got on TV, as everybody has seen, and said that she didn't know me. And man, that can't be farthest from the truth.
So first of all, we don't know Tristan. We've never met him. To say, best friend, childhood friend, that's a bit of a stretch.
And another thing, calling your best friend's mom a liar is the exact opposite way of supporting your best friend. This does not feel like a best friend. And both of them, Warren, Tristan, neither of them get choked up at all when talking about their best friend. It just makes no sense to me at all why you think this is the right platform to go on.
He called me at 11 o'clock on the 4th to see where I was parked at.
He called you from the island at 11 o'clock, but he didn't arrive there till 11:15. How does that work? Now, he claims that there's no racism.
Our friend group is diverse from the max. We have a mixed guy. I mean, we had Nolan in our friend group. There's an Asian a part of our friend group. There's a Latino that they're trying to perceive as white. He's truly authentic Mexican. His parents are from Mexico. They came over legally and they did everything right, and he's been here since.
Oh, bro, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. That kid interview, that Tristan, whatever the hell your name is, that interview pissed me off, bro, because it seems just so unauthentic. And it seemed like you just putting on the front with your hands crossed like here. No respect, bitch. Dog, we can read right through it, bro. You sound like you're lying. You look like you're lying. We're going to get to that interview here in a bit.
We have the most diverse group. We have one Asian guy. We got one Latino who got here in the right way. Like, what are you even saying here? Dude, that doesn't mean there's not racism. Let's look at the history of Mississippi and let's be real about what we're talking about here.
Nobody cares what color you are. So with
nobody cares
Crump pushing this narrative, it's wrong.
Keep Ben Crump's name out of your mouth. This is the irony of it. They're saying there's no racism. There's no racism. He is a civil rights attorney. And realize they would have said the same thing about MLK.
It's backstabbing from a sense of a community that I thought I had. I come up and I speak. Now I'm the person to blame. now I'm not dark enough for them. I'm not black enough for them.
No, you're just not loyal enough for us to Nolan. Because if you were, you wouldn't be getting all defensive. You wouldn't have come after his mom acting like she's some kind of liar. And you certainly would not be going on Officer Race Batum Tatum's podcast, because clearly nobody black is listening to this podcast or agrees with this man. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Secret Service Sam out. Samson for president of the world. Secret Service Sam here with a Nolan.
I'm on mute and I'm talking. My bad, y'all. But yeah, this guy, this interview that he did, holy. Let's see if I can find a part.
Like, I've done my part of the good, and I'm willing to help any other with that interview pretty well. They made it sound a lot worse. And I know for a fact, most of that interview, you can't understand me because I was in tears the entire time talking about it. When he asked me about Nolan's death, and he put it if you listen to it carefully, he cuts it and I just say die. Nobody want to see him die. I don't talk like that, man. That's not what I said. I did say died during at one point in our interview, but I said we didn't want to see his life being taken from us. Period.
Yeah, we heard that part, my guy.
They didn't put that. They twisted some things around, and they almost made a different narrative to where it's like now people are coming out. Stolen permission to do it next year. Generally speaking, man, like I'm worried about my family's safety, but I have no regrets in what I've done and what I've said. Not one.
I'm worried about my family's safety.
About it all, and it killed home. This isn't something I'm just watching through me.
That kind of stood out to me. There was a big contradiction on television. Was you said in your interview that you were really, really good friends with Nolan.
I found
his best friend. Nolan's mother said on television that as if she don't even know you and she don't know who you are, and you're definitely not, at least is what she alluded to, you're definitely not his best friend. So what's the truth in that? And how did that affect you? How did that make you feel?
So she originally touched and she said that we weren't childhood best friends. And she's not wrong. She's not wrong. I moved to Ocean Springs in 9th grade. I met Nolan in 9th grade.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This whole like little plot twist, the whole little like scenario, all this shit sound like it can be a fucking movie. Like, if I'm really being honest, bro, everything that's going on within this case, everything that's going on with his friends coming out and speaking on podcasts, bro, this is something out of a fucking 2026 movie. Not even gonna lie to you. Not even gonna lie to you. But what he goes on here to say, he basically calls Nolan's mom a liar. He basically says that I don't care what she say, Nolan was my best friend. And he basically also comes out and says, I'm so shocked. Like, dog, this guy right here, he's probably the worst. Like, even Warren interview, we can punch a lot of holes in what he said. But this dickhead right here, he didn't even need to be interviewed because everything he said was irrelevant. But let's go ahead and watch it anyway.
I've stated in my Rolling Stone interview.
What's the truth in that? And how did that, what she alluded to, you're definitely not his best friend. So what's the truth in that? And how did that affect you? How did that make you feel?
So she originally touched and she said that we weren't childhood best friends. And she's not wrong. She's not wrong. I moved to Ocean Springs in 9th grade. I met Nolan in 9th grade, as I've stated in my Rolling Stone interview. Nolan was my best friend, though. She can believe it or not, that was my best friend. No.
What you mean she can believe it or not? Dog, it's his mama. If you was my friend, I'm pretty sure my mama would know. If you was my friend, I'm pretty sure my mama would know who my best friends are. That's on the Leylon. I don't know how to say your name, but what's up? I appreciate the follow. Make sure y'all follow, like, subscribe. We're gonna go ahead and continue to get into this. Make sure you hit that follow button though. Make sure you go ahead and like, make sure you leave a comment as well. Because I want to hear y'all chiming in. Because am I tripping or not? But why is he basically calling his mama a liar? Let's continue.
Me and her never had a sit down in depth conversation like me and you're having now. It was always, hey, how are you doing? I've been to her house multiple times. I've taken Nolan to school multiple times. I've left my vehicle at her house multiple times, even including the new vehicle I just got has gotten left at her house for 2 days.
What?
And I just got it. I haven't even had it for 4 months. My vehicle before that stayed at her house for almost a week. Me and her son went on trips together. We went to Florida for spring break together.
When you say together, dog, it might not be together. Maybe you got this illusion in your head where maybe you just one of the many part of the friend group. You just one of the you just a homie in the friend group, but for you to say you Nolan best friend, and for his mama to literally blatantly say, no, we don't really even know him like that. Somebody lying. Like, why would his mama say if you parked your car at his house, you done been in all these pictures? Let's continue. Let me go. I digress. Let's let him finish.
You don't know me? I'm in all these homecoming and prom photos as our whole friend group. Me and Nolan are standing next to each other. You don't know me. Nolan's last name is Wells. My
what the fuck?
Last name at one point in time was Walker. We were by each other in the alphabet when we graduated.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Nolan's last name is Wells. My last name was Walker. We were by each other when we graduated from that. Y'all was by each other and y'all sat next to each other at a graduation, bro. And that makes y'all best friends. You was in the same pictures as y'all take group pictures as a group when you go to prom, when you go. And somebody lying. But for you to call his mama and say that she a liar, though, some nerve. And the way you even talking is like, I ain't gonna lie, dog. It's unauthentic and it sound like you're lying. But we gonna let this, we gonna let him ride. Come on, let's continue.
Man, that's mind-boggling. It's insane. Me and Nolan have multiple classes together. Me and Nolan has always stayed tight. Nolan has always known that he could call me whatever. And like I've mentioned, like I got a new phone number 2 months ago. Nolan was the only friend that had my phone number out of the friend group, and I still call them my best friends. But we communicate on other social medias. But it's like Nolan called me on the.
Even with you saying that, you ain't gonna get your homies, even if y'all texting, y'all communicating on social medias. Dog, your homies ain't got your number. You get a new phone number, you ain't gonna send it to the homies, to the bros. See, everything you said, little homie, I'm not liking it. It's not really adding up. Even look at your faces you making. You that mad because his mama said that she don't know you? The fact that you is this mad basically proves her right. Just saying.
Day to meet up with me on the 4th out there. But we weren't good friends. We weren't close friends. And when I say best friend, man, I don't want to take away anybody how close they were to Nolan. But when I think of a best friend, I think of Nolan. Somebody I can call, somebody.
If you study body language, what you trying to keep safe, bro? If you study body language, if you know anything about body languages, why are you sitting like this? What you protecting, big dog? A secret? Interesting. Because that's a defensive sit. You protecting yourself from something, huh, big dog? I know a little bit about body languages, but you know.
That I've stayed up and I've cried to. That was one of my best friends, generally speaking. She might not think it. That's okay. Me and Nolan knows where we stand with each other. And period. And Nolan knows that.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that.
He said, I appreciate you sharing that. No, we don't. We don't.
Interviewing with me, right? You know, we came out here to Mississippi.
We don't let it play for 2
We just want to give the boys a voice, give you guys a voice. And out of I'd say all the other outlets that you could have spoken to, why do you feel that you wanted to talk to me tonight?
Honestly, I'm a big fan. I know.
What the fuck? Bro, you a big fan. Bro, you coming on his podcast talking to him about somebody, a friend who passed away, and you came on there because you a big fan? That's your first response. So you came on his platform because you a big fan instead of coming on his platform because I wanted to tell the truth about what my side and how I knew Nolan. I wanted to get the truth out there about my friends and my friend group that I've grown to learn. That's a response that you give. But to his question, let's rewind it. What was the question?
I'd say all the other outlets that you could have spoken to, why do you feel that you wanted to talk to me tonight?
Honestly, I'm a big fan. I know.
Motherfucker. All right, we done. We done. Hey, chat, we done, baby. We done. He said he a big fan. What you a big fan of? Dog, your best friend just died. Your supposedly best friend. The friend who you calling out his mama because she said that they ain't know you. That friend. And the first thing you say to why you came on my man's podcast, a right-winger, somebody that's a Donald Trump lover. Ain't nothing wrong with loving Donald Trump. If you love Donald Trump, hey, whatever floats your boat. That's between you and your God and you and yourself. But with him specifically, Officer Tatum, he's a different kind of guy. He's not my kind of guy. I'm just saying. And your response to him asking you, let's listen to it one more time. Maybe I'm tripping, y'all. Chad, am I tripping? Let's listen to his response one more time.
That you, all the other outlets that you could have spoken to, why do you feel that you wanted to talk to me tonight?
Honestly, I'm a big fan. I know.
Motherfucker, I'm not tripping. that eliminates everything you said, dog. Because it don't matter what you say. You're a big fan. So you out here trying to get some fame or some publicity. For what? Off your friend Def, who is your best friend? Motherfucker. Excuse my French, y'all. I don't even curse like that, but dog, you tripping, dog. Can we please? What are they talking about? What are we really talking about? Like, come on, chat. Hey, chat, am I tripping? So, let me know in the chat. Am I tripping right now? Because he's saying he a big fan. Is that the response that you give when you out here searching for answers because your friend passed away? Or you out here really out here just trying to get the message of I don't want like I'm at a loss for words, bro. This motherfucker said I'm a big fan. And y'all believe in some. Y'all believe in his friends?
No.
We wanted to the voice, give you guys a voice. And I'd say all the other outlets that you could have spoken to, why do you feel that you wanted to talk to me tonight?
Honestly, I'm a big fan. I know when I look at news articles, big news articles, obviously, and then I know you talk on them, I make sure I watch the full thread of videos. I think our morals align alike. And
our morals align alike.
And when we spoke off camera, like it didn't seem like you were out here like another news reporter that just wanted to.
Yeah, dog. I don't want to hit nothing else you got to say, big dog. I don't want to hit nothing else you got to say, baby. Not going to lie to you. Not going to lie to you. Because, dog, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Oh, my goodness, y'all. And then you got friends like Wyatt snitching. Oh, shit. Hold on. Where's my audio? My bad, y'all. Hold on. Where's that? Where's my audio? Hold on. Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Bear with me, chat. What they on with me? Because Warren out here snitching too. Well, Triton, he just out here. But Warren's snitching. So we at least can listen to Warren, right? Right?
Nolan was on Wyatt Pyron's 22 Triton. On the way out, I went with my. Nolan was on Wyatt Pyron's 22 Triton. On the way out,
okay. So if he leave with Wyatt on the way out, how come he don't return with Wyatt on the way back? Asking for a friend. I just want to know. Warren. Warren, you seem to have had a lot to say, my guy. You've been talking. So I'm just curious. I'm just curious. So he went with Wyatt. He left with Wyatt, right? Wyatt. How come he ain't returned with Wyatt? I'm asking for a friend. I'm just asking. Because if we really getting down to the nitty gritty, if we really talking about it, hold on. Let me get into this video real quick. Hold on. I got one of y'all. I got one of y'all because Warren. When I tell you Warren out here lying, hey, that ain't the only video I got for you.
The Nolan Xavier Wells update. And in Warren's interview, he says something very telling and very interesting. He says, my friends and I have been on the water our whole entire life. Stuff happens. People die all the time.
He said that?
But then almost in the same breath, he goes back and says when he found out what happened to Nolan, he was devastated because he had never experienced anything like that in his life. How does that make sense? He says we all know people who have died out there. But then literally 2 seconds later, he said he had never had anything like that happen again. I mean, this is so inconsistent. Like this whole entire interview needs to be studied by the police, by the investigators, because I feel like the clues are within these words and his missteps and how he is relaying this story. He says, it was really, really hard on me. I've never experienced anything like this. It was really traumatic. So traumatic, like there's not even a tear or you're not choked up at all. It's just, as they say, the math is not mathing. It doesn't take Albert Einstein to realize how many holes you could poke in his stories. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Secret Service Sam Out Sampson for president of the
what? But don't he got a point though? Because we talking about Warren, right? let me go ahead. Hey. If we talking about Warren, dog, if we really talking about Warren and what Warren had to say, because he broke his silence on a lot. He broke his silence on a lot, dog. He broke his silence on a lot. Warren was out here really talking. And if we gonna get to it, let me go ahead and show y'all another video. Because that ain't the only thing Warren was saying. Warren, you snitching? I'm just asking.
With political commentator officers, nearly 30
and roughly 20 to 30 people coming on 3 separate boats with us. And so we were all following each other out there as one big group, 20 or 30 people spread out, where we all met at the dock before, and then we departed to go to Horn Island. It wasn't just, there were so many people, we had to split up between 3 boats, and we all left and all got there.
Hold on. You said 3 boats. Can we got 1 boat GPS, but what are the other 3 boats? What are those other boats GPS is at? I'm just asking for a friend. Interesting. Keep talking though, Warren.
There at the same time. I mean, Horn Island on the 4th of July is the most popular day to be on the water on, you know, throughout the entire Gulf Coast. Roughly probably 2 to 3, maybe even 4,000 people out there. There were boats.
So 2 to 3 or 4,000 people out there. You said 1, maybe, you said 2 to 3,000, maybe 4,000. And ain't none of y'all can tell us what happened to Nolan? Oh, okay.
Lined up off the island. Okay. I mean, there was 1 row of boats, and then there was another row of boats, and then there was a 3rd row of boats.
Yeah.
I mean, there was people lined up all up and down the island.
So
we were parked on the north side, on the west tip. It wasn't just there, but just where we were, I mean, there was easily 1,000 people. It wasn't just us. Nolan was on Wyatt Pyron's 22 Triton on the way out.
Now, at one point in the interview,
So Nolan hopped on Wyatt's Triton on the way out. How come he ain't hop on Wyatt's Triton on the way back? But Wyatt, his Triton was malfunctioning. It was sinking. He called Cito, and he called Grandpa. And Warren wasn't on, and Nolan wasn't on the boat. Nolan wasn't on that Triton. Yeah, all right.
would go on to express that he felt Nolan appeared fine every time they would speak on the island that day.
I had a couple conversations with Nolan that day, and I talked to him and a couple of my other buddies. In a group, I was not focused on anyone solely, like looking and pointing anyone out. I mean, I was talking to my friends that I haven't seen in a while from high school. I was talking from people I knew from college. I was talking to, everybody my age and even people older. I mean, it was just a regular thing. We're all used to this. We've been out to the islands before. My buddies don't just go out to the island on 4th of July, but they go out, every weekend. I talked to Nolan, and, Nolan was drinking. Everybody was drinking, most of everybody. And I mean, Nolan seemed completely fine every time I talked to him. We had just regular conversations. Nolan was making me laugh. I had a couple conversations with Nolan and Javon, Nolan and my buddy Gemz. I talked to Nolan a couple times, but it wasn't like I was strictly sitting there talking to Nolan the whole day. I mean, there was hundreds of people I knew out there. So,
yeah, you're right. You're totally right.
I cannot do Carly today.
So you wasn't just focused on Nolan. It was hundreds of people that you knew out there. We respect that. Respectfully, right? Warren, we definitely respect that. But the fact that ain't nobody see him, you just told us it was over 4,000 people there. And ain't nobody see him.
Mrs. Hudson would appear to describe departing the island at 4:30 p.m. As mentioned in reports. The interview will be cut short in order to tease a future clip.
Okay.
Now, if you can recall, Warren's stepmother, Judge Ashley Cole, would speak out on behalf of Warren when Wells' body was first discovered. On Facebook, she would say, "No one in our family is trying in any way to impede with the investigation by law enforcement or to otherwise hamper the family and law enforcement's quest for answers." Warren was interviewed by the Jackson County Sheriff's Department and cooperated fully. He saw Nolan last around 3 p.m. on July 4th. They left around 4:30 p.m. when the boat was taking on water and they had an issue with the bilge pump. Nolan made a decision to stay on the island and return inland later with another group of friends.
Interesting. So that's what good old mama said, right? That's what good old mama said, right? Mama released that statement and mama was looking out for you, huh, Warren? Okay.
Now, we have to note the timing of Hudson's response appears to be somewhat calculated, given that Wells would be laid to rest on Monday, and on Wednesday being the day attorney Benjamin Crump and Wells' family will now release the preliminary findings from their independent.
Okay. So we already know all that. We already know all that. But Warren, what do you and your friends though? What do you and your friends think? What happened to Nolan? And I want you to give me the answer straight up. Like, tell me how it is. What do you think happened to Nolan, Warren? Talk to me, Warren. Right? Because you talking. Talk to me.
Being a really good friend of yours, really good friend of all of you guys. Some of you guys have been accused of killing him. Obviously, he was somebody you knew, somebody you spent a lot of time with. With all that has gone on, if Nolan was here, what do you think he would say about all this?
I think Nolan.
Oh my goodness. Hold on. Wrong clip. Jesus Christ. Because you was lying about a couple things. My bad. That one ain't match up. Give me 2 seconds, chat. Let's go.
I said it's, in my truck. Like, because everybody who left stuff on the boat was saying, I didn't even touch Nolan's phone. None of us touched Nolan's phone until somebody took it off the boat and put it in Wyatt's truck. And then somebody took it off the boat and put it in Wyatt's truck. And then Wyatt's boat, so Wyatt put it in his truck. Like Wyatt said it's, in my truck. Like, because everybody who left stuff on the boat was saying, I didn't even touch Nolan's phone. None of us touched Nolan's phone until somebody took it off the boat and put it in Wyatt's truck. And then somebody took.
So if nobody touched Nolan's phone, didn't somebody have to touch it to take off the boat? And then didn't somebody else have to touch it and put it in Wyatt's truck? So somebody took it off the boat and then Wyatt put it in his truck. So that means 2 people actually touched it. I'm just saying. We don't got to pick apart everything you say, but, when you're snitching, we got to make sure it match up. Keep snitching. We appreciate you, Warren. All right? We really appreciate you. But if we really being honest, if we really, really, really being honest, if we like really, 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 really being honest, what else you got to say, Warren? Last couple things before we go ahead and move, switch gears.
Comes to the family or somebody coming back to get the cell phone and keys. When did that occur, and what happened there?
Okay, well, that night, about 12:30, I went back to my buddy's house.
And you said the night of the 4th?
The night of the 4th, but it was about 12:30, I would like to say. And so I went back to my buddy's house. So I stayed the night before, where we all met up, and stayed together the night before. And my buddy got a call from this guy, and the guy was like, oh, like, what's going on with all this Nolan stuff? Very aggravated. I mean, yeah, every right to be, but I mean, we were trying to calm him down, and like, he was just like, oh, like, where are y'all at? My buddy said, we're at my buddy's house. And he said, all right. And then he just hung up. And so about 30 minutes later, I'd like to say, all of a sudden the door just got open and slammed, and there was a girl who walked in, and like probably about 8 or 9 guys behind her, and then another mom, which was Javon's mom. And
who's Javon? I want to put that in perspective. Who is Javon?
Javon is one of Nolan's good friends. He's a friend of mine too, like great guy. And his mom and their family is, very close with, the Wells family. And I mean, so I don't know why she was there, like what was going on, but I was very surprised by this. I was like, like you just basically like kicked the door open and, busted up in the house with no knock or anything.
So is Javon black or white?
Javon's mixed. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I guess he's mixed.
Yeah.
So, but he's not white.
No, he's not white.
Just white.
Yeah.
Or all white, I guess you might call it.
Yeah.
So then they come in the house. Do you know any of these people?
Why does it matter?
I know some of the guys.
The mom, but do you know anybody else?
I've seen the mom before, and I know most of them. Most of the guys went to high school with me, and like I'm friends with some of the guys. I mean, I know some of them. So eventually, like things started to get heated, and I was just like a guy I was friends with in high school. He was like, man, come outside with me. And I was like, all right. And I walked outside with him. He was like, man, I don't know why, like they're panicking. And, like, this is just like, I think Nolan's just on somebody's couch. He's been drinking all day. He's just messed up. And, this is nothing that we have to worry about.
So if it's nothing that you got to worry about, right? And if you think Nolan is just drunk somewhere and sleeping on somebody's couch, why did you call the Coast Guard at 11? Right? I'm just asking. Because it says friend called Coast Guard, right? So if you call the Coast Guard at 11 and then they go pick up his phone a little bit after that, why would you tell his friends you just thinks he's drunk and he just passed out somewhere? Why would you call the Coast Guard at 11? Why wouldn't you tell them when they came and pick up the phone? Why wouldn't you tell them that, hey, I called the Coast Guard. He might be, maybe missing because we haven't seen him. And then you didn't call his parents initially when y'all first got back to give him Nolan's phone, or to just text Nolan and see what he had? I'm just asking for a friend. Okay, I'm just asking for a friend. Anyway.
As much as, I sat there and I told him, I was like, I agree. I would think, he's on somebody's couch, just had been drinking all day and just, drank too much and was super intoxicated. And, that's kind of what a lot of us thought, but they were kind of losing it and they were going crazy. And the mom that was with him demanded Nolan's phone, because Nolan left the phone on the boat. And when we ran in, Nolan didn't ask for his phone. And his keys were not on the boat.
When you ran in, hold on, dog. Hold on. What you mean when we ran in, Nolan ain't asked for his phone and his keys was on the boat? When y'all ran into what? Oh, Wardy, see it. See how when you start snitching and you just start talking, how you sometimes you get caught up in a lie? What you mean? When you ran into where? And then what you mean he ain't want his phone? Let's see how he tried to fix it though.
Because his car was parked at my buddy's house where we had all slept, the night before the 4th. And so the keys were left at the house because Nolan Nolan's car was at my buddy's house where he stayed at. So of course he left his keys there. But his phone, I mean, he was drinking.
You getting all over the place, big dog Ward. Hold on. Now we talking about he was drinking because you almost caught your own self up. So then you had to backtrack. Anyway, let's continue.
He didn't have his phone in the water because no one did. And I mean, there was more than just Nolan's phone that wasn't on the boat with us.
So it was more than just Nolan's phone that was on the boat.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously had all.
See, even Officer Tatum trying to help him out. He like, hold on, see your line. You gotta stay with your line now. Anyway, let's continue.
All our phones, but on the boat. But
when it comes to the family or somebody coming back to get the cell phone and keys, when did that occur? And what?
Y'all see how even in those responses, I know we didn't show Warren's face in each one of those takes, but dog, you lying between your teeth. You dang that messing your own self up because you're trying to keep up with your own lies. You're lying, dog. All y'all gotta do is just tell the truth. But it's okay. It's okay. Because we gonna get to the bottom of it. We gonna get to the bottom of it. Best believe that. Because if we're being honest, somebody's in trouble. And it's hard to keep up with so many lies. It's real hard to keep up with some of these lies y'all telling. I'm just saying. Anyway, hold on. Another video might be coming for y'all. Let me fact check this real quick. Make sure this is the right one. Hold on. All right, all that's irrelevant. All right. What did y'all learn today? What have we learned so far? Break it down.
What did we learn today in Bedroom Law School? We learned that Bart is in a lot of trouble. Wyatt, lot of trouble. Warren, lot of trouble, but not as much trouble as fucking Bart, bitch. Not as much trouble as fucking Bart, bitch. And now, it's only a matter of time. We're going to have to take Jackson. Now's your chance to go tell him what happened and get out of it because we're going to figure it out.
Anyway, I didn't show y'all the whole sequence of videos that she posted today, but she was kind of on point with a lot of stuff she posted today. Do we want to get into that? Nah, I think we've been beating a dead horse. I just wanted to come give y'all a few updates about what was going on with the Nolan Wells story. The most important thing that I wanted to give y'all was us listening to the audio of what happened. And honestly, the more and more you even listen to it, the more and more you even think about it. It's just like, really? Like, y'all couldn't even answer simple questions that the dispatcher was telling y'all. And with that being said, it's like, man, something's not adding up. Let's just show this video one more time.
Assistant, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
Detail assistant.
Can't just answer basic questions. Warren snitching. Yeah. No suspected foul play though, right? I didn't see nothing over here. Nothing to see here, just an accidental drowning. But a lot of stuff ain't adding up. A lot of stuff ain't matching up. I'm just saying. getting interesting. It's getting interesting. I wouldn't lie to y'all. But it is just the beginning. So we're going to stay on this. I will have more updates for y'all tomorrow. And without further ado, can we get into some sports topics? Is that okay? Is that okay with y'all? So if you haven't seen some of my other Nolan Wells videos, just go ahead. Whether you're looking at this on whatever I said, whatever you're looking at this on. If you're looking at this on Kick, Twitch, or Relly Gemz Live, go ahead, just look at some of the previous videos I uploaded about Nolan Wells, and you can stay on track, and you can see some of the other videos that I showed that was key within this investigation, within this case that we're looking at. And we're regardless, like now it's time to go ahead and get into these sports talks. So if you ain't here for the sports talk, I'll holler at you later. I appreciate you for tuning in. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you show me some love. All right. Yeah, but the Nolan Wells case. Yeah, it's one of them ones. And we will eventually get to the bottom of what happened. Promise you that. But without further ado, my guy Shedeur. Hey, that man Shedeur. Hey, y'all saw what he said he resigned at? That man Shedeur did the drip test earlier. What you got on? Show us some love to Cleveland. Let's go ahead. Let's hear from him.
Hey, how you doing?
Legendary.
Damn, yes, sir. What's your name? Where you from?
Shedeur Sanders, Cleveland,
Okay.
Ohio.
Okay.
Oh, Shedeur Sanders. He say he from Cleveland, Ohio. Oh, snap. Can we drop a bomb for Shedeur showing Cleveland some love, even though he didn't have to? Let's go. Anyway, Shedeur.
Cleveland, Ohio is in the house. Stop playing with them, man. You see the fit. Describe it today.
Fear of God 101, man. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, fear of
You
God.
got the ice on.
Damn. I see.
You know how it's going.
Damn.
You know how it's
See the-
going.
Okay,
Plain
okay.
whites on the feet, you know tradition.
Okay, give anybody a style advice, what would it be?
I would say be comfortable. I'm always comfortable everywhere I do. Everything I do, everywhere I go, I'm comfortable.
We love that. We love that. When you're building your fits, where you start?
I start with the vision. I start with the mind first. You know, the mind gonna tell you how to feel, and then you just put the rest on.
Okay. Would you rather have a partner with style or funds?
That's a great question. I hope both.
Hey, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I don't think I gotta compromise, so I'm probably like 30 something.
Okay. Love that. What's your favorite song at the moment?
Favorite song? I'll say Turn Back by Shedeur Sanders.
Okay.
Let's go. You'll see it soon.
Okay. What's your favorite meal?
Favorite meal? I like work.
Yeah, young man.
Yeah.
What's the feeling of your zodiac sign?
The money sign.
Thank you so much for your time, brother.
Yeah, that's on Shedeur. Showing Cleveland some love. Where you from, Shedeur? Ohio. Yeah. But you still got a lot of people saying a lot of different things. Yeah. If I'm being honest, though, if I'm really being honest, Jared Judy out here sneak dissing, though. Because Jared Judy said, hey, on TikTok, Jerry, why you sneak dissing out here? Jared Judy, when asked, hey, Jerry, who you want to be the QB of the Cleveland Browns? Who you want to be the starting QB? You saw it? Who you want to be the starting QB? Jerry Judy, you want Deshaun to be the starting QB? Oh, okay. Okay. Would you still mad at Shedeur because of what happened? You putting them fours up. You want to be the starting QB, Jerry? Oh my goodness. Y'all saw right here. Let's watch it. Who you want to be the QB? Who you want the QB to be? Then you start going up fours. Shit, Jerry. Jerry, you got to come on down to the front of the congregation, please. Jerry Judy. Hey, Judy. Yeah, we need you to come down to the front of the congregation, baby. We have some things we got to talk about. We got some things we got to discuss. Jerry, You say you want Deshaun Watson to be the starting QB? Okay. Okay. Jerry said he want Foe to be the starter QB. And then not only did he do that, what else you do, Jerry? Who you kicking it with today? Hold on. Let me show you how this. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. You even got idiots right here reacting to it. Hold on. We're going to show it one more time. Why not?
As his starting quarterback week 1, Jerry Jeudy was live streaming in his car on TikTok Live when a fan asked him in his comment section who he wanted to be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
Put up that phone, didn't he?
He began flashing the number 4, in which number 4 is Deshaun Watson. He wants Deshaun Watson starting over Shedeur Sanders. And it may have something to do with this interaction Jerry Jeudy and Shedeur Sanders had when they were beefing on the sidelines during one of the games last year. So maybe there's some bad blood between the two, or...
Yeah, it is. But we don't give a fuck about Jerry. Jerry going to be off the team next year anyway. Jerry, we appreciate you snitching though, and saying what you want to happen. Because guess what, Jerry, what you posted with Deshaun Watson earlier? Oh, Jerry, you and Deshaun out here kicking it. Hey, wrist game nice. All I got is an Apple Watch. Nothing crazy. I got the Cartier over there though, but it's okay. Yeah, at Jerry Jeudy, him and Deshaun Watson. Wrist is wristing. The wrist is wristing. But Jerry. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Damn, but Jerry, we can read in between the lines. So this Jerry trying to clear it up when he went TikTok Live. Jerry, it's too late.
If I thought the peace sign, what did that mean? Huh? Motherfucker, they be starting shit. I ain't never meet no shit. I ain't never seen no shit like this.
He said, motherfucker, just be
trying to start tension with old teammates, man. All we trying to do is win football games and have fun doing it.
You don't even sound believable, Jerry. Oh my goodness. Jerry, no. Don't fall into the trap. Don't fall into the trap, Jerry.
Right there. I don't be saying nothing though, but I ain't saying nothing all year, I just try to keep lying and run off with these narratives and shit. Keep my mouth shut because ain't nothing to say. It's all lies, but nah, fuck that. Fuck that. I ain't gonna keep lying on this shit. But what up?
Jerry, they ain't lying though. Because, dog, we just saw it in 4K. All right, let's watch it again. Maybe we tripping.
All right.
It said who you want in the comments. And then you kept on showing folks. Miss you on the Broncos. Who you want to be starting QB?
All right.
What you throwing up foes for? You ain't no foes. Come on, baby. You throwing it up for a reason. They said who you want to be starting QB, Jerry. If you want Deshaun, that's okay. Clearly, you and Deshaun kicking it. Hey, Jerry, you still mad at Shedeur from last season, dog? You still mad at Shedeur from last season, dog? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Because we see who you kicking it with. That's Deshaun. Y'all kicking it. Living our best lives. Come on, baby. Who you fooling, Jerry? We know who you want to win. Come on, bro. You can't make this up. after all the hoopla with Jerry in his video, he didn't post a photo of himself and Deshaun Watson. Come on, man. Come on, man. Jerry, all I know, you better be catching that ball when it's thrown to you on the field. You're shutting down all the drama, right? You said people just trying to start this, trying to start that. But dog, you started it. They asked you a simple question, who you want to be star QB? You said this. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. What are we really talking about? And then we got clowns still coming out and doing this. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get to it.
Dumbbells, and he was right in the locker room. People were like, "Wow, that's so cool." Yeah, no, the 30-pound dumbbell shoulder press. Let's just pump our brakes right there. When Bill Parcells was the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, and he had that meeting with Tony Romo, and he said to Tony Romo, "Nobody wants a celebrity quarterback. Like, don't be a celebrity quarterback. Get on the grind, do your stuff." Like, stuff like that always concerns me a little bit with young guys who are more about, or the perception is you're more about building your brand than necessarily building your career.
Shedeur's done it. I mean, he's been a celebrity quarterback from almost day one.
Yeah, since the time he got into college football.
He's done pretty well.
Yeah, no, I mean, he did slip from a potential first rounder to a fifth rounder. 30-pound dumbbells.
Interesting. But when your name is an algorithm and y'all mad at him lifting 30-pound dumbbells, right? Y'all mad at Shedeur. So if you haven't seen the video, this is the video. Shedeur doing 30-pound dumbbells that everybody talking about. If you ain't never did shoulder press with 30-pound dumbbells, hey, some of y'all can't even do it. It's just a regular workout video. How many athletes post workout videos? All of them. But how many athletes have ESPN try to make fun of you doing your workout video? Only Shedeur Sanders, because his name is what? An algorithm.
We got a little shoulder. Oh, look at him go!
Look at Shefty.
Oh, look at Shefty. How many we want, Green? How many we want? We want doubles? What do we want here, Green? Am I playing quarterback for the Browns this year? Am I trying out? Am I part of the four-man competition? Let's go, baby. Let's go. And these are real. These are real.
Just like that, Mike T gave me a pay cut. I was in there for that long.
For the record, I know that everyone watching this is saying, "Oh, they probably just staged this." Those are really 30-pound weights. You know, I could none. I mean, I can do absolutely none. There's nothing to be said, but we got a little.
So y'all doing segments of Shedeur Sanders lifting weights in the offseason? I know y'all got too much to talk about because it's the NFL offseason, but if we being for real, if we being honest, you only did that because his last name Shedeur Sanders. How many other quarterbacks post off-season workouts and off-season videos? A lot. How many other NFL players post off-season workouts, off-season videos? A lot. But we only manage Shedeur Sanders. Come on, bruh. What are we talking about? What are we really saying? Like, I got to stop the nonsense. Like, Rex Ryan, we saw what you had to say the other day, right? Did y'all? Oh, yeah, Golden Just Media. You ain't hear me talk about this. So I guess I can touch on it a little bit. Just a little bit, you know. But Rex Ryan, you said the young fella was focused on what? He was too much about me than we, right? He was too much me than we. Right, Rex Ryan? Oh, we get that. Hold on, y'all. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds, my friends. Let me pull up the tweet. The exact tweet. Because this puzzles my mind that everybody always got something to say about Shedeur Sanders. I know his name moves the needle. I get that. I get that. But Rex Ryan, why you always got something to say, big dog? Why you always got something to say? I'm asking for a friend. All right. It is what it is. I can't find the tweet, but I'm gonna find it in 2 seconds. Let's watch. Let's see what Shady had to say about it.
The kid is from Deion Sanders' scrotum.
Yeah.
He gonna be a little me's. Nothing wrong with that. Why is on Shedeur so bad? Like, this is a photo shoot. You know what I mean? It's not about we on my photo shoot. It's about me on my photo shoot. I don't want to see nobody. I don't want to see Myles Garrett in my pictures. I want to see number 12 Shedeur Sanders. But stuff like this is gonna be in his room and his mom and dad's living room and his friends. Like, I don't know what it is with Rex and Shedeur. I think he's a team first guy. If you look at all what his teammates say about him, they always speak how great of a teammate he is. But god dang, dude, the kid is from Deion Sanders' scrotum.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a little me's. Nothing wrong with that. It's gonna be a little me. You feel me? My son, a little smart. He ain't as 2'5" as he's gonna get, but he loves himself too. You feel me? I just don't understand when you're an NFL player. Yes, I get it. It's a team thing. But, bro, it's the reason why you have one of the top 5 jersey sales, because it is about you, too. And one part is about the team when it's during the game, during the season. But on the off season, my friends and homeboys, I'm doing commercials and I'm doing all type of brand deals. Bro, it is about me.
Facts. It's off season. It's the off season. Oh, here go the tweet right here. My bad, y'all. It took me 20 years to find it, but it's on the picture. So this is the picture of the photo shoot that he was reacting to that Shedeur Sanders did. He said, get a load of this kid. Great talent. Needs to realize as a franchise QB, there has to be more we than me. Come on, man. Interesting. More we than me, right? Well, Rex Ryan. Well, there is more we than me. Because if we being honest, if we're really talking about it, didn't he put on a kids camp for a whole bunch of kids in the area? Did he not do that a day before or a couple days after this photo shoot? So putting on a free camp for all the kids in the inner city and the kids around Cleveland, that's not a commendable thing. Y'all talk about all the negative stuff that he do, but how come you ain't talk about the kids camp that he had the other day? I'm just asking. Because we talk about all the negative, right? We talk about all the negative, but we ain't talk about the kids camp where he handed out diamond necklaces. Come on, bro. We ain't talking about the kids camp that he put on. We want to talk about everything that he doing just for himself. He hasn't released a song. I played that game with my kids the other day. That's crazy. But anyway, we ain't talking about that. Oh, right. Because it's positive. Him doing that for the inner city kids. Him putting on a camp for kids, giving their away diamond necklaces for the kids. And once again, it was all free. We don't talk about that, but we talk about all this other stuff. Oh, okay. Because Shedeur, what you feel about this upcoming season? How you feel about it? I want to hear from you. My guy.
So once the season starts,
it's autopilot.
Yeah.
Consistency. That's it. I can't be consistent on the field and not have consistent in my personal life. Whatever you do in your personal life, you're going to bleed into how you feel. So if you're disciplined, you're going to be disciplined. You're going to make the right reads. You're going to do all this thing. If you have a lot of distractions, you're going to get distracted. You're going to think of the cornerback is backpedaling and he's really sitting. So it's like, I understand, you know, how real life translates to the game. And that's why I simplified everything for me to go out there and execute, to go out there and do what I could do. And I know I can. So that's all that matters, is just displaying for the world.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a tough year last year. So all my expectations, when I look back, I'm like, dang, at least I made it through there. At least I made some crazy plays out there. So it's like, I got it in me. All I got to do now is just show everybody else.
So once the season starts.
Period. That's all you got to do. You got to show everybody else, but you got to prove yourself right. Because there's some people that's coming on to the bandwagon, potentially. But that's the thing. If you ain't on the bandwagon now, it's only so much longer we're going to let you go ahead and hop over here. You better come on.
They have Deshaun Watson back from multiple Achilles tears, and he's in a competition with second-year man Shedeur Sanders. Jeremy, what are you hearing about the Browns' plans at quarterback?
Dan, I'm hearing that the Browns walked away from the offseason going into camp saying we need to see more. That Shedeur Sanders had a nice late surge at the end of OTAs and minicamp, closed the gap a little bit. Most people around the league still say that Deshaun Watson is the favorite. He'll be well positioned through this, but I think Todd Monken is going to go into training camp action and some preseason game action to figure out who his starter is. He just wants to see them in different scenarios, playing 11-man football, maybe taking some hits. Who responds? This is a true camp battle, maybe more so than some of the others. The good news for the Browns, whoever the quarterback is, Quinshon Judkins, quick ad, running back hurt his ankle. I'm told he will be full go for the start of training camp.
So who y'all got your money on? Deshaun Watson or Shedeur Sanders? I know who Jerry Jeudy got his money on. Hey, Jerry, you ain't slick, my guy. You ain't slick. But with Shedeur Sanders, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you work out, you train, you know, you put in work in the off season, they're going to find something to say. If you don't, they're going to find something to say. So who cares? Because what's going to matter, what it's all going to come down to, is what you do between these white lines during training camp. So I don't care what they saying. I don't care what he's saying. I don't care what nobody's saying. I know who I got my money on. I know who I got my money on. Period. So we shall see. Let me know in the chat, though. Who y'all got y'all money on, man? Who y'all got y'all money on? I know who I do got my money on. I know what's next. I know what's next. But we shall see. We shall see. Oh, and damn, look. I even had some guys agree with me. Didn't I just say this?
This is just more proof that he's damned if he does, damned if you don't, right? Like this is just his whole existence can be basically summed up with what you've seen over the past 24 hours and how people discuss Shedeur Sanders. He cannot get the win no matter what he does. You host a camp for 500 kids to make the community better and give a lot of kids a happy moment and something they'll cherish. This makes a lot of kids' summers. And the response is, well, if I was still the head coach, you wouldn't be doing this, you wouldn't be doing that, you wouldn't be doing this, you wouldn't be like the man just can't win, and that's fine. That's a lot of the Shedeur discussion is just people that just want to. I mean, what kind of lengths could he take this to? What realistically could he do that would still get people to gripe? Because this is just how it always works with him. It's ridiculous. This is just more proof that he's a
walking algorithm. Like you said, it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. Even though I said it first, but I'll give it to you. But that's a fact, ain't it? I got my money on Shedeur Sanders, though. I do. And I was going to get into a lot of other NFL topics as far as what I see going on around the NFL, some sleeper teams and some teams that I got my money on to be really, really good this year. But if I'm being honest, one of the first teams that I was going to have on my list is the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns have a revamped offensive line. Whole new starting five. They picked up first-round wide receiver in Casey Concepcion. Jesus Christ. They picked up a second-round wide receiver in Denzel Boston. Harold Fannin was a goddamn monster last year. Got him in the second round last year. Him and Krishan Jenkins last year. They got weapons on that offense. And now if this offensive line can come together and they can gel, oh yeah, it's going to get scary. They got Jared Verse from LA, who is a back-to-back 7-sack guy, rookie of the year, last year Pro Bowler. Let's see what he does in his third season. Yes, you gave up Myles Garrett, one of the best players in the league, but you got a young stud back. Last year, you had the defensive rookie of the year and Carson Schwarzenegger over on that defense too. You also went and got another good, solid defensive player that damn near was top 3 rated safety in the draft this past draft. And goddamn, what's his name? Fuck. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. But anyway, I'm saying all this to say that Cleveland got a nice young core, nice young squad. And if Shedeur Sanders can prove that he can come along to the party and he can prove that he can be a sustainable quarterback, at least a top 15 quarterback this season, dog, the rest is going to be history. It's going to be up. I promise you, it's going to be up. It's going to be up. And everybody that commented down in the chat right now, I promise you, I'm going to get to all y'all comments. Stay tuned to the end of the video. All right, I usually read off all the comments at the end of the video. We're going to go ahead and get into it here in a bit. But everything that I'm saying to y'all, man, as far as the Cleveland Browns, Shedeur Sanders, dog, it's time. The tide is going to change in Cleveland. I promise you that. The Cleveland Browns will win at least 8+ games this season. I was going to damn near say 10, but I ain't going to push it. I promise you. With Shedeur Sanders starting, the Cleveland Browns going to do some damage this year. And they're going to wake a lot of goddamn people up. So, Jerry Judy, you can put your money on Deshaun. I got my money on Shedeur. How much we putting up? Come on now. Come on, man. We can talk about it. We going to talk about it. But regardless, though, man, oh, man. Man, oh, man. It's going to get interesting out in Cleveland this year, especially this offseason. We're going to be covering it every day. We're going to be talking about it every day. Y'all just stay tuned. It is only the beginning. Only the beginning. Yeah, dog. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Dang, we've been streaming for 2.5 hours. Man, it's past my bedtime around here, though. Let's look at some of y'all comments, though. Let's read some of the comments. All right, over on YouTube, I had somebody say they're innocent. Bro, what? They're not innocent. If you talk about the Nolan Wells case, no, they're not innocent. They're not. Like, if it was just foul play, let me say this. If it was no suspected foul play, or if it was just a suicide, how come they just didn't release the autopsy already? And how come they didn't just say case closed? Because if it was just an incidental drowning, and if it was no foul play, don't you think they would just release all that information just to get us to shut up and stop talking about it? Think about it. If we really sit back and we really just analyze it. Oh, yes, that's exactly what they would say. No foul play suspected, drowning. Period. Point blank. Leave it at that. But they didn't. Why? Because it's not that cut and dry. How come they kept back the neck? The neck. And bones within the neck. Is there something there? Guess we'll find out. How come they pushed this up to the DA? Because the state ain't wanted nothing to do with it. Guess we'll find out. How come now they're keeping all the information sealed and not releasing not a thing? Guess we'll find out. With all this public scrutiny and all this public attention on this case, not so cut and dry, my friend. It's not so cut and dry. But regardless, when y'all tune in tomorrow, I'm gonna hit a lot of sports topics. If I have any Nolan Wells updates, I will save the Nolan Wells updates for tomorrow at the end of the video instead of hitting y'all over the head with it at the beginning. I know we kind of touched on that for quite a bit today. I was going to get y'all some more sports topics, but it's getting kind of late. Boys got stuff to do. I still got to go ahead and go do this, go do that. Got to make a run over here, run over there. So with that being said, I will end this stream now. I got into some of y'all comments. Hold on. Do we got any more comments? Production. We got any more comments? Go ahead and put them on the screen for me. Another person said, I ain't never had a best friend that didn't know my mama or never been to my house. Facts, bro. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Facts. Why wouldn't they take their phone on a boat? Yeah. So if you're back on a boat, why wouldn't you have your phone? Right? If you're riding with somebody else somewhere over here or over there, why wouldn't you take your phone? Right? And then with this case in general, bro, we're going to come back to some things tomorrow. Because I didn't even hit on everything I had today. I didn't. I'm saving some stuff for tomorrow because tomorrow I'm going to give y'all the whole real rundown of what is actually going on. Because to be quite honest with you, dog, this case. We just get started. I'm just gonna leave it at that. We are just getting goddamn started. But I hope y'all all had a blessed day though. Like I said, this Nolan Wells case, we're gonna continue to hit on it. We're gonna continue to talk about it. With a lot of things that's going on, in this world, I hope that y'all all just stay safe. Hope that y'all all living your best life. I hope that y'all all having a great summer and really having a fantastic summer. And at the end of the day, dog, like it is a beautiful, beautiful thing, dog. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. And embrace your life. Love your life. And go live your best life. Go live your best life. Go live your best life. All right? All summer. Not just today, not just tomorrow. Every single day. Live your best life. Do what you want to do. And go after the things that you want to go after. All right? I got to put this laptop up. Yeah. Should I get rid of this laptop though? I know it's looking a little. This is one of the first original boys, one of the first original MacBooks, But anyway, what am I even talking about? Somebody say, hey, he needs some milk. Somebody say he needs some milk in the chat, man. Somebody say he needs some milk in the chat. I'm saying all this because we about to get up out of here, and we definitely about to get up out of here. But I did want to show y'all one more video. But to be quite honest with you, it's no need. I'm gonna get into all this tomorrow. Yeah. I'm gonna get into all this tomorrow. Regardless, though, hope that y'all had a blessed day. A lot of sports topics coming tomorrow. And don't hey. Oh, also, Stock Wednesday. Yes, Stock Wednesday. We coming back. We will be live for Stock Wednesday come this Wednesday. So make sure y'all come back and y'all tune in for that. Got a lot that I want to touch on, a lot that I want to get into as far as Stock Wednesday. So make sure that y'all are prepared and you're ready to go over some things for Stock Wednesday. And then I got some other updates coming for y'all as this week progresses. All right. Not only the Nolan Wells case, might hit y'all with a little bit of updates for the Carmelo Anthony case and a few other things. But we back to a regular schedule programming. All right, YouTube, hey, they let us out of jail, baby. So we back. So not only are we streaming on Really Gemz Live, we also are streaming on Golden Gems Media. We back. Yes, thank God. We are grateful for that. And it's a long time coming. So make sure you hit that follow button for me. Make sure you hit that like button for me. Make sure you show me some love. Don't be selfish. I need you to also make sure you send in all these gems to everybody. Your mama, your daddy, your best friend of another friend. Don't forget about little Johnny. Don't forget about little Timmy. Don't forget about little Susie too, who stay around the corner up the street, down the block. All right, make sure you send this to her too. All right, but regardless, I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. We're going to get into a lot more things tomorrow, so make sure you stay tuned tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow I might have 2 shows for you. Might have a show update for you in the morning. Might hit on some Nolan Wells stuff tomorrow morning. All right, we'll give you a rundown of some more things that I didn't hit on today. I will hit on tomorrow morning. Then in the afternoon, towards the end of the night, I will come back for some sports talks for you. So tomorrow, you might get a 2-for-1, and you're welcome in advance. All right, so make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. Get ready for that. Over on Go to Gemz Media, over on Kick, over on Twitch, wherever you're getting this broadcast, wherever you're getting this feed from, make sure you tune in and you know what time it is. But yeah, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. And hey, it's just like that. We out. Deuces.
Hey, we live now, really.